Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. The condominium in Miami has fallen, and John Cena has said I'm sorry to the Chinese. But that's okay, because my name is Adam.
Landon.
I'm Sanman today.
And we are the YborKnuckleHeads. And once again, we'd like everybody to welcome our very special guest, Emilie Schiller. Once again, in the studio for another night of debauchery and fun. I cheers to that, but I guess
we're all a little.
You already
low
took
energy.
your shot.
You may have any.
Thank you.
We're
So
all
you
a little
guys-
low energy today. We're a little hungover, but you know that's all good. That's actually delicious.
That's not happening.
It's okay.
That's not oh, this is the flavor. Okay, hold on.
Sorry.
You want something more
The
normal?
flavor
'Cause
of
I
a
don't think
Pringle.
that's gonna be good for you. Have you ever had Yukon Jack?
Yes.
Okay.
The flavor
I'm
of
gonna
a
do
Pringle.
it.
At least you know. Oh, good.
I'll
Oh,
see
God.
you later.
Oh boy.
Bye, guys.
The flavor of a Pringle.
Delicious.
The flavor
Right.
of Pringle?
Or are you saying like what's
I
our
don't-
favorite? Because
I don't know
love
the rest
every
of
flavor.
I don't know the rest of the
Yeah,
jargon.
now I'm Pringles, you cocksucker.
I do too.
Dude, I got problems with food.
Here's to another excellent episode
I have sick
of the
ribs.
YborKnuckleHeads.
We're doing this again.
Podcast.
Cheers.
Oh, God.
You call?
You don't have to do the whole thing. Just do little halves.
I've been sipping. I don't
Me
care.
too.
The rum's really good.
The rum is
honestly.
good. The rum is the kind of rum that you want to sip, honestly.
That's what I'm
If
talking
you
about.
ask
The
me.
Yukon. She did the Yukon, folks. For those of you that don't know, Yukon
No, the
Jack.
Yukon is doing me right now.
Yeah, that's a better description. It usually does. It's sort of like the Rumplemans, you know?
And then she made that face.
Yeah.
100 proof, extra disgusting, just the way I like
God,
it.
it's 100 proof. Well,
That's what
real
I'm talking
bad.
about.
Let's go.
The Jack. The real Jack
I
right
want my
here.
headphones.
I wonder if this actually comes from
What are we
Canada.
talking about tonight?
Well, listen.
That's a good fucking question.
That is a
I don't
very
know.
good question.
It's been a,
We had some questions ready, but the person who was supposed to be here didn't come.
Who was supposed to be here?
it was Ben originally.
Ben, you're an asshole.
It's
Kidding, I love you.
You're not an asshole, Ben. It's all good. This was poorly planned on my part. We were drinking last night. He's like, no, I'm good. I should have known. It's like we were drinking last night. We
I didn't
should've-
see him. We were all drinking.
Dude,
last night.
last night, yesterday was a fun day like that, you know?
Let's each go through what are
That's a good thing.
wow,
Let's talk
I
about
can't
our
even
fourth.
talk. Let's each go through our yesterday,
Yes.
All right.
Excellent
starting
idea.
from the moment you woke up, but make it fast, to the minute you fell asleep or woke up again because you don't remember falling
But don't
asleep.
start it with saying you woke up because everybody's day starts with waking up.
Thank
It's
God.
redundant.
Thank God.
All right. Who wants to go first?
You.
Well, I got out of bed. And I ate a fucking McDonald's sandwich. That was like a.
I saw you
With
eat
no
that
sausage?
sandwich. It was a fucking 7-Eleven McDonald's
No,
sandwich.
no. Yesterday?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I got up.
Because you didn't have sausage.
I got a. Oh yeah. That pissed me
Yesterday.
off.
We know more about his breakfast than he
Yesterday.
does. Isn't that wild that we
Yeah.
both know way more about his food than
You know
him?
what's just wild is that was yesterday. It feels like it was 3 days
And
ago
was it a
because of everything
7-Eleven
that's.
sandwich?
It was a 7-Eleven. Okay,
I knew
but
it
see,
was.
the
I could
thing
see it.
is
I
that
used to
7-Eleven
stock
has
those. I
been
used to
doing
work at a
really
7-Eleven.
Tell your
fucking
day
good.
as you remember it.
Yeah,
How about
sorry.
that?
How
We
my
won't
days
tell you
I
how we
remember.
remember it, but
Right.
So
how do you
then,
remember?
I got out of bed, and maybe there was coffee there. So I drank some coffee, definitely. No. Yeah, I got out of bed. I got ready for work, and I got into the Uber. I went down to Ybor, and I went into 7-Eleven. I made a coffee, and I got a sandwich that I thought fucking had sausage on it. It said sausage, egg, and cheese, goddamn biscuit, like what I love, and fucking it had no sausage on it. So I was fucking devastated.
Livid.
I was just devastated. It didn't make me mad. It made me sad because I'm a fat kid at heart.
It's worse.
And yeah, man, it's just. And then so I went down the road, walked up into gas bars. I tried to walk through the front, but the door was locked. So I walked into the side, and
And the gate
The
was
side of what?
this place, gas bars.
and the gate was
He walked into the wall.
The
like,
gate
right to
was
the
not
side.
locked, and there was a person behind me who was
Half
also
on 9
trying to get
three-quarters.
in that I'd never seen before. But apparently you knew her.
Oh yeah, I told her no.
Yeah, you told her not to come in, and she didn't.
Good.
come in.
I saw someone who
And
was...
so I walked in
Sorry.
through the gate, and I walked up into the gas bars, and I said it. I just had a loud thing. I just was loud, like I always am when I show up to work. Like, hey, everybody!
He brings the energy.
I do. I always
do.
make an entrance, and then started the day from hell.
Explain your day from hell.
Well,
Or should we start? Or should we do this in segments? Everyone starts with the beginning of their day.
that was the beginning of my
Continue.
day.
That was the
Sandman,
beginning.
how did the beginning of your day go yesterday? So I can think about what fucking happened yesterday.
I had to unload my car, then load it back up. Got to Ybor, tired as hell. Worked hard all day. Made some chump change. Went home. and crashed out to.
Damn, he said fuck the morning. We're doing the whole day.
God damn,
10
you just went
seconds.
through your whole
I
day.
like that.
That's it. I know, I mean, that's
Let's play a
succinct.
game.
It's very
Describe your day in 30
succinct.
seconds or less.
Third day. Oh
That
my
was
God.
it.
What happened from in between the time you woke up to the time you showed up at Gaspar's to run your emporium?
He brought me a flower.
What was that?
I dropped what's her face off at work, and that was it.
You dropped what's your face off at work, and that was it.
That's very open-ended.
I'm drunk. That just hit me.
Yeah, those couple shots, especially the Yukon, that shit hits like a fucking freight train.
Oh.
At least you got some of that water just chill.
All right, Emily, what about your
Hold
day?
on, we're going in.
Landon's
We're going in a
Yeah.
circle, man.
Oh, my
on, man.
bad.
Doing some those skips here. You gotta keep the rotation
Yeah.
going.
Easy.
But all right. So I got a call from a coworker, and she had an emergency. So I took her shift, worked inside, which I never work inside Sundays, and that's the reason I hate it. It's just such a shitty shift. I hate it. It just sucks. It's stressful. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, at least it was nice we didn't open till 11 because that way I had an extra half hour to not think about anything.
Same.
Yeah, it was
There you
nice.
go.
So can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Yesterday you were walking around with that look on your face. That look was, I'm not thinking about anything.
That look is I'm not thinking about it.
Because I don't want to think about anything.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
you were walking around and you just like you were there, but you weren't.
We try not to be there when we're there.
Yeah, at least that was definitely the case yesterday. I mean, it was just like, well, I wasn't supposed to be there. I don't like working Sundays. Like, I really enjoy having Sundays off, you know. It's one thing to work during the day, but I don't know. I was supposed to work at night too, but I was like, no, fuck that. Like, Chuck is closing manager anyway. I'm going to, like, actually enjoy a day off instead of just constantly fucking working. But then I feel bad because Chuck told me, because I saw him later that night, that it was absolutely slammed at like 2 or 3 hours after I left. Like, we only had like 2 servers on, and the whole patio was slammed. All the tables were filled. Like, Chuck had to take, he said, like, several tables, like, throughout. Like, he constantly had several tables as a rotation. He was, like, serving and bartending, and it was just wild.
Well,
Fun,
Sunday
fun,
mornings
fun,
in
fun.
Galley Chuck.
I mean, shit.
I know. I feel bad for him too.
It was sad, but I mean, my shit is I saw Adam eating this beautiful sandwich that he didn't look
Egg
too
and
pleased
cheese.
about. Egg and cheese.
It was good, but it wasn't.
I get it, man. The sausage
Well,
is
that biscuit
necessary.
looked like.
Dude, 7-Eleven has
God.
really
I
good
wanted to
breakfast
bury my
sandwiches.
face
They
in
have
that
good
biscuit.
sandwiches.
I used to,
period.
dude. No, hold on. I'm gonna go on a little tangent about 7-Eleven. I used to work at a 7-Eleven.
What?
That was like my first
one?
like. No, I worked at one in Fort Myers, like in Estero, terrible place. When I went to like school at
How did you
FGCU,
get-
terrible
Couture.
place, awful place. But I had a hot dog there for the first time in like 5 years, and I forgot how fucking good they are.
Amazing.
They're amazing. And then
They're
I looked at
absolutely
it,
wonderful,
and then you
right?
have the free chili and cheese with it, and then you see the bar. They had every single packet. They had packets of things I didn't know they put in packets. They had a packet of I'm serious, Heinz slivered onions. Like, what the fuck is this?
Wait, huh?
Yeah, it was like a weird onion goo. It sounds disgusting. Looks disgusting.
Looks
It's
like
delicious.
maggot. Looks like little maggots
It's
coming
good
out.
though.
Oh my god, it looks so weird. It's like this translucent, weird fucking shit.
It
It was
looks
delicious.
fucking funny. But they
And
had
then
that for a while.
I never saw that until I'd had that. It was delicious. And then they had sweet and sour sauce if you wanted to put that on your shit. They had like so much ranch, like barbecue. They had every fucking thing. I'm like, damn. And I was like, so everything on the grill was $1. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. And then the breakfast sandwiches are amazing.
Now I wanna go to
honestly.
7-Eleven.
Their food is way better. It's gotten better. I'll put it that way. Like, there's certain things you
It's
still
like
don't
a-
want to eat there, but like, you could do worse than a boneless wing at 7-Eleven if they just made it fresh. Just saying.
They have.
You could
these
do worse than a
skewers
boneless
now.
wing at 7-Eleven.
You definitely
That
could.
sounds like my day.
You do a lot better too.
No,
but I mean,
what I
yeah.
always do at 7-Eleven
Sounds
is
just
go
like my
ask them if
boyfriend.
they got some throwaway food. It's been sitting up there for a long time. Them chicken wings dry. Let me get one.
I mean, that's your personality that you could just get a chicken wing from someone that I've seen you ask people at work. I'm glad you haven't done this in years, but you ask people for a chicken wing at work and they give one to you. And even if you're
No,
joking,
he did that on my-
they'll still
no,
give
he-
one to you. And it's like,
he
no,
did that
no,
on my
no,
birthday
do not
at
give
the
it.
He did that just the other day at my bar.
Don't even joke. No.
I swear to
People
God.
will give one
and
to
they
you, and
gave
then they're
him
good,
like,
no.
and they were pissed because he wouldn't eat it. He's like, I don't eat chicken. Ask Landon. Ask him. I don't eat chicken. This is me making.
That is
that's your
true.
voice.
I don't eat chicken. Said no one ever.
He was.
Yo, so how about that honey jerk?
Yo.
Oh my god.
Yo, we were trying to figure out what the fuck that shit was
the
one
best
day.
shit on.
It
earth.
is, yeah.
In the kitchen,
It's
we were
honey
we,
with
we,
jerk, dried
I
jerk
need to buy
seasoning.
some of that.
we
seasoning
found
and
that
make
honey
jerky
bear
with it.
full of
So
the
good.
fucking
Some jerky with a
That's why I went to
Wait a
Walmart
minute,
today.
wait a minute. No, there was lemon pepper in a honey bear bottle.
There's two different ones. James made the lemon pepper honey, which was delicious, and then he made a couple of days ago jerk and honey, which is like the most insane combination. Like, it makes the jerk come out like in a prolonged way.
Right.
Like, you don't taste any spice at first. You just get all this sweetness, and then it's slow. Those peppers slowly build. Scoville. And then it's like you cook it with the honey on it, so it gets like a nice glaze and they're crispy. Oh my god!
it was so
Just for the record, Emily, I did not ask them for a chicken wing.
You get a star
Yes, I
for
heard you
raising
last
your
night.
hand,
No,
Sanman.
I said.
My ears hurt. You
They
last time.
said.
Right.
They said. I was trying to sell them something and they didn't have whatever, so I said, "Well, I will sell the flour for $2 and a chicken wing." That's not asking for a chicken wing, is it?
I mean, that's hilarious.
This is like a.
It's one of those things like, should she have to worry about this at work though? You asking people for $2 and a chicken wing? Is this something that Emily needs to be dealing with?
Yes. I shouldn't, but we do.
That's what it's like, really, are you asking?
Just a
no,
normal
it's like,
day at work.
do you really want to like deal with
I love
that?
my job. I really do love my job. Because of things like this, I love
My
it.
God.
I'm never gonna ask anybody for a chicken wing at your bar.
No bullshit.
Oh my god!
Even though you don't eat chicken, you'll still do it.
I
I guarantee you, next Sunday he's gonna walk in just to fuck with me and be like, "Let me get a chicken wing," and I'm gonna be like, "No." I'm gonna be like, "I'm drunk right now with fucking God."
Yukon.
Yukon 100 proof fucking Jack in the house.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
That's how I call roosters every day. My mother's trained me
I'll die.
because my mom has her little cult of roosters.
She's like the rooster whisperer.
She's in my dad's book.
Rooster
Rooster.
whisperer.
She's literally in my
I
dad's
love
book.
that. I love the pictures like the illustration stuff. Oh yeah.
She said she thinks she looks like Daria in the book.
Oh my god, like
She
that's the
said Daria?
cartoon. I love that your mom knows Daria like that. That's great.
She's old school.
Daria isn't like that old school. Like,
It's the 90s.
but like your mom is like older than like the 90s. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like she stayed hip on it for like years.
My brother was
She
like,
knew about MTV shit back whenever she wasn't a part of the MTV
I
generation.
love her because she's just like. Every time I think about it, I think of like just her going like, "Well, fuck it." She doesn't say that, but like
she does.
she's just like
You have no idea how many times.
she's a thug.
Yo, she's from Pontiac, Michigan, son. She will fuck somebody
She
up.
knows. She knows
I
what's
love
real. You know, that's what I think. It's like
I've seen her
appreciate
take men your size down, man.
I believe you.
Like she's
Oh,
a
your mom
fucking
is a
scrapper,
shit.
bro. My mom is
She doesn't have no fear.
Z when it
Can you
comes
do
to
me a
fighting.
favor?
No, because
Maybe.
why the fuck
Can
should
you
she?
sing "I Know You Miss Me, but Lying"?
She told me, if you're scared, what are you doing living?
Wait, you're scared? What?
If you're scared, what the fuck are you doing
I'm
living?
gonna get contact high. And
You
it's
know
gonna
that
be
was
bad.
Boy
I'm gonna
George.
I'm gonna start telling
Like
my
what?
fruit fly story that I wrote. Last time I accidentally ate an edible, thinking it was just remember the last cookout I had at my house? I thought someone left cookies, and
Oh.
did I tell you the chocolate
They
chip
left
cookie
edibles?
story? Somebody, well,
People
Aaron-
gotta label their
one
shit,
of my
man. They
one
gotta
of my
write on the
friends
plate or
gave me
something.
a bag of edibles. Why not keep it around for whatever? I don't know.
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
reason.
they stay.
And
They're sealed.
edibles are not. They don't mesh well with me.
A lot of people.
I got home from work one night after a long day of work, and I was like, or probably work or wherever the fuck I was. And I was like, I want some cookies. I want some sweet. I'm like, oh, somebody left some. It was like a couple days after. So I take this massive bite out of this cookie, and I'm like, this is not regular chocolate chip cookie.
Right.
But at that point, like, it was already going down. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know how edibles are. You feel nothing, you feel nothing, you feel
Right.
nothing. And then
2 hours later.
you fucking microwave ketchup. You microwave ketchup and chocolate, and you think that the seconds counting down in the microwave are actually time going by. And then you write a story about how fruit flies are fairies whispering something in your ear.
They might be.
What could happen?
They could.
They could be speaking at a frequency that
We don't understand.
maybe you could only tune into.
Fruit
They
flies
said,
are
give me some of that cake, please.
I lost it. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna tell you where because
I'm not gonna tell you.
they did. I was gonna bring it to somebody, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I threw it away. Maybe I'm not sure.
So how'd your day
Especially
go?
if you're having a
man?
bad time when I
So
look
what's-
fuck this thing.
So we're still in the middle of.
Oh, yeah,
you
sorry, in the middle of your day,
going to
Landon.
fucking
Oh yeah, so I
work.
saw you eating this sandwich I had at 7-Eleven. Sorry.
I'm scared that I'm gonna. I don't know.
We put it out for a
No,
little
no, 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 no. Don't on my account. Just don't fault me for anything that
bit. I don't fault you for anything.
I might
Period.
sleep on that story. There.
Ever.
We have a whole
Nada.
ass couch.
Or
too.
I might
Nada.
sleep on your whole ass couch.
They got a whole ass couch. But so I saw Adam eating the sandwich. I was like, all right, it's gonna be a pretty calm day. It was until about 2:30 or 3.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's when I really started noticing server tickets coming in. The inside bar was never slammed or anything, but it was like steady enough that I was like, fuck, I'm glad that Lamb is like on her shit and like she was my own bar back and she could just do shit, you know? Focusing on that mic, or no, the little hair on a mic.
Lamb was
It's a
on
bearded
her
microphone.
shit.
Oh my god. Stop it.
It's not me. It's you,
Jeez.
Mike.
Wow.
Fuck you. I'm talking the hair.
Fuck you, Mike.
Fucking hair. But anyway,
Continue.
so it got busy around like 3 and it just got fucking nuts. And then it just seemed like I don't get to work too much, but things started to go a little crazy. And I got out of there at like 5:36.
Jesus Christ.
Just in time, honestly. 'Cause
I got
I heard about
6.
an hour or so after it really turned into a shit show.
You're right. So did I.
You know what?
Then I went to Bad Monkey, which was fun. Everybody was there when I went like at like 7. Like I saw like
was
30
supposed to
people
go
I
there.
knew. Like dude, Damien was there, Michaela was there, Brian, fucking like dude, all the people I saw at Bad Monkey, the both times I was there, everyone from Ogre to the guy with like the weird eye who's on Sandbar, drinks Coronas and talks to all like
He
the young
wouldn't
black
stop
girls.
trying to hug me last night. He's disgusting.
Who is-
The guy with
who?
the weird eye.
I don't know his name.
You know, okay, he kind of talks like he's like a
He's
New
been coming in
Yorker
there
kind of
forever,
guy.
and he's
He
like,
has,
I know the
gray
owner.
hair. He has fucking glasses.
He always
he's
has
really big on, like-
fucking.
A lot of times he has like a shirt with a little bit of like hair.
If he
showing.
doesn't
guy
know
that-
you,
the
he'll tell you he knows the
fucking,
owner. He'll be like, I
my
know the
friend-
owner.
the
I'm like, what's her name?
My
He has
friend-
no
Yeah.
idea.
Get out of here, Goomba.
The-
That guy.
He's
fuck-
that guy.
the
Yeah, he
what?
like he is. He's
Oh
like
yeah,
blind in
yeah,
one eye.
yeah. He's funny as shit.
Like he is a.
Yeah, but he's
full-
also a
He's
weirdo.
perverted as shit.
That's my thing is like. he
Yeah,
like
no,
says
oh
some
my god,
funny
I wanted
shit,
to
but it's
slap the
not
shit
worth
out
it
of him
if
one
he's just
day.
an
Like these
asshole.
girls walked by out front and he said, "Hey, you know what the fuck I would do to them right too, right there." I'm like,
He
ah.
said, I think he's the one that
You would do
whenever
nothing.
Chuck came in and like lifted up his shirt and he was like, I've paid less for strippers to show me their titties or some shit like that to me one time. And so I told Chuck that he was saying, and Chuck was like, I heard you want to see some titties, man. And Chuck just walks over to him, like flips up his shirt, and I was like,
It's beautiful.
That was awesome. Chuck is the best.
Chuck, yeah, I mean, I felt bad for Aaron last night. We were at the corner, and right across the street, or across the hallway, Aaron lives from where we were at. And fucking, they like as soon as Ben fucking told that to Chuck and Cameron, they fucking ran over there and immediately started banging. I'm like, it's 3:30, y'all are just banging on this woman's door. Woke up, they totally woke her ass up.
she came over there, right?
She came over and hung out for
Yeah.
like a couple hours.
Who's that? Who that?
Aaron, no, ERN.
That's funny. Iran.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Ron.
need y'all to keep your plants alive.
That was just a clip
No.
from a bougainvillea.
From a who?
No.
Bougainvillea.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
like my parents have that plant, the one that's like really thorny, but it has a beautiful flowers. It grows like a vine.
Can I
How did
take
you
a
like-
piece of that to fucking
I'll get
actually
a
keep it
live
alive?
piece. I'll get a live.
I can make it live.
How did you like my soap?
You
I haven't
should.
used it yet.
They're gorgeous. It's good.
No, I
already
always
bar.
buy soap from Crystal Bar Soap. My favorite. So I'm not.
I get how it is
bar
when you
yet.
find something that works for your skin. It's really
Yeah.
hard to like. Like the only thing is, your soap's
I
a
love the
little
soap
drying,
because
but it's not
Crystal's in
terrible.
there.
It
My
smells
dry-
good. It's a little drying. It could be more moisturizing, but other than that, it's pretty good soap.
Put
You can do a
oatmeal
lot
in there.
worse.
Oatmeal.
Dude, oatmeal's a good move. Also, it feels good. And it
I
makes
used
it
to make
textured.
soap and I sold
Are
it
you still on your day?
So you're giving me
I
My
put little
diet.
penis crystals
day.
in soap and sell it.
Oh yeah, I
little
suppose
what?
I am.
Crystals?
Crystals are shaped
Oh
like
no, I
penis.
guess that's the end of the night right there. I guess that's the end of it. Yeah,
Oh, that was that.
yeah. Because I went home. So
I
that's
didn't hear what kind of what did you put in there?
There's crystals you can buy that are shaped. I think I'm high also now. There's crystals that are shaped like penises, and you can put them in the soap.
okay.
And women like to buy it because
his
whenever they,
phallic energy.
it is. I don't
There you
know.
go.
There will be no penises in my soap.
I mean,
It would
crystal-
sell good, honestly.
Dude, people pay a lot for
They
that.
do.
They'll pay like
The-
$20
the-
at a bar.
The
Penises
soap
in
company
the
I buy
soap.
soap from is amazing. And
Where do
they,
you find penis soap?
No,
you,
crystal.
Etsy, you buy
crystals.
it's crystals.
You buy
so they
crystals
put
that
it
are
in the
shaped.
soap. So whenever you after you use the soap, you have this little penis-shaped crystal.
You put like
I used
erotic
to
like
carry one around my purse,
imagery
but I don't
and
think I have one anymore.
erotic imagery. And
You
like
had a
phallic
few
symbols and
tiny
shit.
little penis
Well,
crystals last time.
I knew you
I
could
did.
grab
remember
it.
You
doing
brought
that.
them in here.
I bought 24 of them one time.
That's hilarious.
And if you hadn't, I would.
You got to manifest that energy.
Can I have a
Right.
snack of M&M's?
Yes, that's why they're there.
That's
So okay,
If you want
so
like,
a
if
smack
you want
of
anything else like
M&Ms?
cashews
Landon
or something,
finished
let me know.
his
I got
story
cashews.
of his day.
snacks. I'm not opposed to snacks.
I
So
was
now-
gonna
I
bring
could definitely bring
sandwiches.
snacks.
So now
Sorry, I
I'm-
just totally blasted you.
So now it's
Like 100%.
You
Like,
did.
full,
Now I definitely need
full
some
barrels.
snacks.
now it's your turn
My day. Oh God.
to begin your day story.
And we're talking about Sunday, right?
Yes, we are.
Oh, the 4th
No.
of July.
I got to work. We finished.
It's over there.
Don't worry about it. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
We got to work. I was really hungover because I'm dumb sometimes.
It'd be like that.
And what happened then? Oh, we got finished early sitting at the bar, so I had like 30 minutes to kind of, I just folded napkins. And then somebody tried to come in. One of our regulars tried to come in. She was really nice, but obviously I'm not like, we can't let someone in like 10:20.
Someone did that.
What
I
did
don't
they
want
do?
I don't want to interrupt you, but someone let someone in. I saw someone walking through.
Oh,
and I was
yesterday.
like, who? Yeah, and I was like,
No,
who
the
the fuck
dude,
are
the
you?
dude walked in himself. I saw that happen. That's why we locked it. That's
The guy
why
who was like
what
who had
do
like
you think we
blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy. I was like, who the?
That's
this
why
guy
we
is.
locked. We actually physically locked the gate. That's whenever you got there, we couldn't. We locked the gate because somebody just opened the shit, even though it was wrapped around. Somebody just walked in and was like,
Why
"Oh,
are
we knew
people
it."
dicks like that?
Bro, people don't get it. It's like they think they can just do whatever they want.
Oh yeah. You hear me crunching?
Yeah.
And then
A little bit.
Whatever you shot with the boat.
And then I worked, and I was
Don't interrupt her.
nothing.
fuck?
Just write it down. Write it down.
I'm sorry, my bad. I just got
Write it down.
excited.
Anything
Write
that
it
you,
down.
any
And then
question that you think of while someone's talking, write it down.
And then it was slow, and I worked, and it was still slow. And then it got really busy around 3:30, like Landon said. And then I wanted to scream a lot of obscenities, and I did. And
Where'd you do it?
you
Did you go into the kitchen or
No,
did you?
I just did it right where I was at. I just wanted to.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, my people know they don't.
You got to
I
rattle
know.
it off sometimes.
And then after work, I sat down and I drank a lot more because I clocked out, did my cash, took it upstairs. I counted my money on the stairs. I remember sitting down, like Tank was there, and I was like, "This is." I remember all this stuff because this is before Emily started really drinking. I'm sitting on the thing, counting my stairs. Tank comes up and I pet Tank. He's so cute. And then I go downstairs and I drink 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 and then I go home and I sleep for 27 minutes. I remember, I don't know why the fuck I remember that time. And then I wake up and I come
Very
back
specific.
out. And this guy I used to talk to was there, so I was like, let me be cute. And then he wasn't. He's a piece of shit.
Ah.
And then my piece of shit ex was texting me. And then I went to, was at Gaspar's. And then I went to, I think I went to ODS right then. And then I bought a shrimp sandwich, a cheeseburger.
Ooh.
And I remember wanting to tip this
Sounds
girl. It was her
good.
birthday. And I was like, let me just give you all the money I made in my entire life. And put myself in debt for years. Here, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Because I always do that when I drink. I'm like, everyone gets a tip. And they deserve it.
I hate that. Like straight up, I've trained myself very well not to do that because I'm like I can't do it. It's like people are like I can't do it. Like you, Chuck. You know what I mean? There are certain people that just tip. It's like it's just too much, man.
It
So you
is,
can't.
and I need
You
to
just
be
don't
like
need
that.
to. Yeah.
And I feel bad, and then now I'm like, it's expected of me. Everyone's
Don't.
like,
That's my thing is no one should expect that. And the thing is the people that like are your friends like yeah it's like if you're at the bar and you're drinking for like several hours like tip like 20 or 30 bucks. You know it doesn't mean like
oh,
you
I'm
gotta dip like
20 hours
80,
of drink last
90.
night, people I don't even know.
Yeah, for real.
Because it was some girl's birthday, and then like, yo.
Maybe
And
it's
then
the
my
cash.
favorite artist, or some of my favorite artists, like I just found out about 2 hours ago that I bought a painting because I forgot it was in the back of my car. Yeah.
No, I think
And then I went home, and I woke up this morning because my cat was literally like on my face, like, feed me, bitch. And I didn't have any cat food, so I had to go to Walmart. I'm like, how do I not, like, so last night I think when I got home, I gave her all the cat food because I felt bad being gone so long. So I gave her, like, everything. And I went to Walmart today, and that was my day in a nutshell. God.
There you go.
When did you shoot the bow? Or have you shot anything?
I'm not strong enough to pull the thing back yet. I mean, I can, but I have to, like, use my,
Your whole
Use
fucking
your-
I've thought about shooting something
inner
with it.
strength. I think you should kill a rabbit.
I think there's people that need to die more than rabbits.
yeah, that's
yeah.
how it works sometimes.
I probably shouldn't have this recorded. Okay.
No.
You're not saying
No, you're
nothing
right. You
intentional.
didn't say you were gonna do anything. You just
just-
said a
My phone
fact.
off,
Some
that's
people
what can't
that-
work right now.
You just said a whole fact.
But fucking
Like, what if there's like some fucking like
There's
child
a-
molester? He needs
no,
to
dude.
die.
Literally,
No,
you know what's funny? I was
absolutely.
thinking the same
Absolutely.
thing.
That's what my brain
It
was.
needs to be normalized. The idea that it's like, yo, if people hurt kids, it's okay to kill
It's
them.
done.
Yeah.
Like,
I think an eye for an eye
Time's
should
up.
work on something like
in
that.
certain instances, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the only way to like really prevent that. That's the right thing to do.
And it's the right of
there's
anybody
people
who
who are trying to
discovers
like
that it's
normalize
happening.
pedophilia, and they do it by language. They call themselves a minority attracted person, a MAP.
Do you remember?
They call
do you
themselves, and
remember
now
that whole-
because they put person at the end of it, now it's like they're a legitimized group. Like
You know that people that are certain pedophiles are trying to work their way into LGBTQ.
No.
Oh yeah, big time.
What
Yes.
did you say? What?
They call themselves a MAP, minor attracted person, someone who's attracted to minors, a MAP. And some people call themselves no MAPs, people who are attracted to minors, but they have never done anything illegal or been charged with a crime or anything. I'm like, the fact that this is like normalized kind of thing is like just like disgusting. And
I should
people
have
gotta-
something for
People
that.
got to
They
resist
actually have
that.
an acronym for fucking being a piece of shit.
Pedophile, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Bill Cosby?
Dude, for real. Like,
Oh, sure, let's
my
go.
God.
I don't
Let's
wanna
go Bill Cosby.
Hit it-
Let's
hit it
talk
with the
about
Cosby.
Bill
I am
Cosby.
100%
I
Three
want
to
to
one.
talk about the Cosby. What y'all think?
Talk about a pudding pop.
Because
Let's
I
talk
don't know
about
that
the
nobody.
pudding
I don't think.
pops.
Let's be honest. Not one of the four of us sitting here knows the absolute truth of what happened.
That's
None of us
true.
do.
I'm
None
with
of us
that.
know the truth.
Yes.
But I do know if more than I do feel that if more than one woman comes, especially, I mean, and says that something happened. Actually,
You
I
see
don't
a
know. I
pattern.
don't. You know what? I don't know because I hate to say.
20 years.
I'm not taking it for
later.
Bill Cosby. Fuck that.
Well,
But I do know that sometimes women come out and say that something happened that didn't. I know I've been times in my life I've been really afraid and drunk and been like, because I was so drunk and so scared of something was happening and it triggered something else that did actually happen. And I was like, this guy just da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wait. And I didn't say that like in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, he definitely might have put me in a situation that was very similar.
but
But his
not the same
intentions
as it.
were probably not the same as the other person who did that to me. But enough women came out about Bill Cosby, who knows? But to be drugged,
That's why I think at a certain point it's like, dude, they're not all lying. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like it's sort of like even
Precisely.
no matter what you think about OJ, like the OJ murder, it's like there's like hundreds of pieces of DNA.
It's
like, are you
literally,
fucking
what the
kidding me,
fuck?
bro? It's like literally this couldn't be like it couldn't be faked.
Yeah.
People are like, but he said the N word, man. So like fuck him.
That's what I.
And that's like
feel.
literally that's like what happened. It's
That's
like,
what I
they-
say.
that's what a lot of people. That's what a lot of Black Americans. That's what a lot of people said. They said, "Fuck this. We've been fucked in the system so long."
Fuck
It's-
them all.
That's what I said. So like, fuck him. And that's what they said. It's like, that's true. But it's like, damn, that dude still did cut her fucking head off. Like, Jesus Christ.
And you know that-
they killed Rugged Roggle. He stabbed the fuck out of both of them.
I don't think that.
I think
just
OJ
can't-
killed
You
her.
don't think
I think OJ
man,
killed her. I believe
Black
that.
people use
they killed
fucking
her.
guns, man. Give me a break.
Nah, that dude was crazy.
What the
That
I've
dude
fuck?
thought he
never
was a
dated a
rapper.
white boy in my life, and I
on.
can tell you from being in an abusive relationship with a black man or a white man, whatever. I'm just saying. So I don't want to get. Actually, I revoked my
I
statement
wouldn't
because I
care
don't
how
sound like
mad
a
I
bunch of
was. I ain't cutting nobody's head off.
That-
Tried to-
That's
I've
most
had
different
most
fucking people.
People
His
won't
head's
cut.
off.
No one will cut. No normal person's gonna cut someone else's head off.
Yes, that's not like a black or white
Precisely.
thing.
Like
People
not-
the race has nothing to do with cutting someone's head off. Your mentality does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your
There's-
attitude
there's-
towards
Look,
women.
they
and
said the
shit like
N
that.
word. He's not guilty.
I mean that's what it equated to. That's like looking back
Race
on
has
history.
That's
nothing
not
to do with
A
Good.
race is a measurement
never-
of time
with
and distance.
mental health.
psychological
They don't see that as
birth
the issue.
issues. I have to be very careful what I'm saying, but like
That's not the
you're
best way to put
born
it.
with
A fucked
fucking neurotransmittical fucking problems, or they're created in a childhood of fucked up ways. Either way, but
Trauma
if
does
you
that.
cut someone's head off,
You got some issues.
I've had
fucked.
somebody try to murder me, and that's not cool.
That's
Fuck
It's
that.
not. It's not normal. I don't think
It's
that.
not normal.
No,
I don't
it's
look at every
it's
man
not
like he's gonna
acceptable.
try to
kill me.
It's something that
OJ
nobody
did
should
it.
have to tolerate
I
and
don't
feel
care.
like
Exactly.
helpless about.
It
No one
was-
should have to tolerate that.
all that DNA shit. They can put that everywhere. I don't care.
You don't think OJ killed his
I
wife?
don't-
I'll put my
I do
DNA
not.
in your face.
Then what do you think? Who do you think killed her?
I think them cocaine people did it.
Oh, blaming the Puerto Ricans. That's the old black man defense. Just kidding. That was on South Park, but it was really funny.
I was
it was like some
looking at
Puerto
this
Rican guy did
microphone
it.
moving.
That was what they split. Some
Well,
Puerto
yeah,
I
Rican
think
guy
he
did
did.
it.
If the allegations of abuse are true, I think
Man,
he killed
look,
her.
if you had a girl,
If they're not
that
true,
was-
I don't think he killed her. But they are true.
they-
All the
they-
allegations of abuse are true, and he has plenty of witnesses. Because I'm speaking from
I
my
think
own
that
personal
shit
experiences.
sucks. You don't hit a
I
woman
know from
unless
my own
she
personal
can fight
experience of
back.
like people who don't believe. Like there's people right now who will literally think that I'm this crazy, like insane, abusive woman. Like I'm gonna give you an
think
example.
anyone who actually knows you that I know, I think would be fucking crazy to think
Well,
that.
but there are people who think that. I'm gonna give you an
Wild.
example. So one of my exes has a bite mark right here and a scratch right here, and he told people that I abused him. I'm crazy. No, the bite mark is because he was choking me and I couldn't get up, so I had to like that's the only thing I could do. I didn't have any hands. I didn't have anything. the scratch right here, we were joking around just playing. And I had a bracelet on. It had like these 3 little like triangle shapes that were really
I heard
sharp.
the story different.
I'm sure you did. You're probably the friend of...
I've never heard anything. I'm just saying stupid
But
shit.
point being, because he has these 2 scars on him, all I've ever had is bruises, probably covered up by tattoos. You can't say bruises under tattoos. Everyone thinks that I am like this, or not everyone, but like people close to him, and would validate for that because none of you have seen me act like this or seen this side, but he would validate or make, it's easy to validate that. You see me going crazy on text messages. He has plenty of messages that are like paragraphs long because I'm like, leave me alone, you're being a piece of shit, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You
So,
read Sonia.
You're
but
interrupting her.
I'm giving her.
But point being, back to the Simpson story, O.J. Simpson story, if the allegations of abuse are true, I believe he killed her. Because there's been plenty of times where this dude literally tried to kill me. And to this day, his family will still tell him and me, and I've walked in on being talked about, that I'm the crazy one and I need to stop saying that he tried to kill me. Or stop saying that he's abusive. I'm saying...
Don't stop.
But the allegations of that, I mean, I'm not looking for like pity or whatever. I get it now, like I'm over that. But point being, like it's very difficult in some senses. If you're a woman, you're so in love, and you think this, I do think he killed her. If the allegations of abuse are true, absolutely. But the problem is that women and men sometimes as well, absolutely. But we'll go back situation over and over and time again because they believe like it's a sick addiction. It's true.
Yeah.
It's called trauma bonding. It's an actual thing.
Yeah.
I've literally been to
Stockholm
counseling
syndrome
everything.
is part of
I've
it.
dealt with that with the mother of my son.
So you're
Yeah.
saying if the allegations are true,
I believe he killed her. Because I've been in a situation where I used to sleep with a knife beside my bed because I was so scared of this man.
god damn.
Like, I'm not joking, but if you think that
That's terrifying.
you've no idea. Like,
That is terrifying.
I'm not saying he did kill her, but I do think he did.
Yeah.
But I
don't
also think he was
did.
so good and so manipulative because at doing what he did best, like my ex
He's an
could
actor.
easily cover up a murder because he's so good. He has all these witnesses, his family, his friends, because of how he's portrayed me, and his friends have only seen me when I'm like
That's just like
as
OJ
upset,
too.
like exactly.
It's literally because
And
OJ's
they-
whole thing is he could blend
Yeah.
from like group to group,
And imagine-
he can
and
always
he's
like
an actor.
perform to everybody.
Exactly.
If the glove-
It's a
put on a
narcissistic
show.
psychopath.
If the glove
disorder.
don't
It's narcissism.
fit-
That's, I think
Exactly.
you hit it
At
on
its
the
core,
head.
it's
Narcissism, I think,
exactly.
is the word right
because
here.
I
you
can
literally
agree
like
with
they
that,
they will
narcissism.
literally be like, oh, remember that time we were there and you were screaming at him? Because
Well,
when I was upstairs,
it's a reaction
dude threw
to-
3 cups of water on me and like had me on the ground. Like there's things like that happen. So they hear me screaming because he's smart and he's calculative and he's quiet. So you hear me screaming, fuck you, da da da. But you don't see him holding me down on the ground with his fucking wrist or his leg on my
Well,
neck
didn't they
while I'm
see?
screaming that.
They saw
They
OJ.
hear that.
They have witnesses of OJ doing that, correct?
I'm saying if they do, but I also understand the narcissism at that point because the narcissist wants you to think that wants everyone around them to think they would rather die before they admit that they're wrong.
You
I-
fucking
I
A.
know, I
And they
know,
will push
I-
you.
yeah.
You'll push you
Yeah,
to the point
to
of
the
doing
point,
something
yeah.
terrible to them quietly.
Yeah.
They will, and it.
Well, no one
Their-
sees
their
them
image
pushing
matters
you.
more than anything.
What is it? What is it saying? You all want to say what is that? Me too, and you want to say fuck, molesters and abusers until it's someone in your family or someone you love.
Right.
Your family will they'll defend him to the death.
That's not going to
the
happen
thing.
in my family.
This is the way I think of it. Is like you can be there. You don't have to disown your family for doing terrible things, but you do have to take steps to correct them and let them know what they're doing is fucked up.
That's
Or
it.
you have to have consequences for their actions. It can't defend their
I'll read
actions.
something to you.
If they're about to hurt somebody, for instance, this is my thing: is if they're gonna, if you know they're hurting someone, it's like it's your duty to step in because they're a part of your family too. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's
I
like
believe
spousal
that
abuse.
100%.
It's like you have to step in, even though it's like technically
But they
your
don't.
blood who's doing
Or
the
they'll
fucking
they'll tell me they'll pull me to the side. I can tell me times have someone pull me to the side. Do not tell him that I told you this because he'll hate me. But I feel this and this. Like
I'd have been the first one. Yo, man, you know what she said? What's up?
Well, the thing
That
is, it sounds
could
like
get
You-
somebody
it sounds like the guy is
ass
it's a
beat.
linchpin, and it's like he's on this fucking pedestal, and everyone thinks that he's an absolute saint.
here,
angel,
I'll read you
but
a
he's
message. You
piece
want
of
to hear?
shit.
You want to hear some message like you want to hear about my yesterday? And this is point being. This is why I think OJ killed her.
Okay.
Okay, this is me. I haven't talked to this man in forever.
Into the mic.
Mike.
yeah.
Okay. I was like, I can't even wrap my head around how someone can possibly treat another human how you treat me. But I guess that's what makes me a decent person. And you So goddamn sick. That's my text. This is my response. You're a fucking whack job. I'm just getting started. You should see what I got stored away for you. Fuck you. You're sick with your self-mutilating ways, excessive tattoos, shaving your head, dumping poison into your body while you're drinking. Fucking bartender bitch. You're nothing but a bomb-ass tattoo artist slam piece. I've emptied all my hate on you so everyone can live and feel loved. Oh, I'm not done yet.
Oh my.
How about shove 7 pieces of ice up your pussy and down your throat? That was another message.
They sent you?
Fucking Christ.
So I do believe, but then he would literally will be like, I never did that. I have physical proof, and someone would be like, that's not his phone. I'd be like, his family will defend him. Well, what'd you do to provoke that? What'd you provoke that? I don't know. I have no clue. Well, then he got told to act right. Well, if you weren't acting right, or if you would stop yelling at him so much, how does that make you not want to scream?
No,
if somebody spoke to you like that, you want to yell. So I think OJ killed Nicole. Is that her name, Nicole? Nicole.
Yes.
Okay.
And in all seriousness, it doesn't really matter whether or not OJ killed Nicole because that shit's in the past. What does matter is that they're abusive fucking people, and if you're enabling them, you're just as bad as the fucking abusers.
Exactly. And I blame myself for
it. That's what it
it.
fucking comes down to.
I can blame myself for taking it for so long, but I think you.
No, my thing is like, okay, there's like the enabling, being the victim isn't being the enabler at a certain, like, okay, I'll put it this way.
I see what you're saying.
You might have enabling behaviors, but it doesn't make you an enabler in the sense that it's like you're still the victim. You're primarily the victim. It's like, yes, your behaviors may enable them to do this, but it's still not your fault because they're still taking it out on you. It's they're up to them to control themselves.
And then they want to tell you
it's not your fault for everything they do. You made me do this. No.
I had a girl punch me in my face.
No one made you do shit. No one made you do shit. You're responsible for your own fucking actions.
Oh, especially because they can do it whenever they're around people. It's so controlled, and no one, like, you all know this, man. We'll leave it at that. But like, you've met this person, and around people, they're so like charismatic and calm and collected and everything else. So no one would ever think that. And you all know me. I'm spastic sometimes. I get pissed off. I don't like people, but I've never been like a person to be. I don't ever want to degrade someone. I don't never have a desire to. I don't care how much a piece of shit you are. I never have a desire to make you
put them on blast.
You're not trying to put anyone down.
No.
You're not trying to put that out in general.
I may be like,
you just don't want to associate.
I
with
definitely
them.
say
Like,
things. Y'all have heard that, but I'm not. I can't imagine being a person who wants to do this. And this is months. I'm talking like every single day. I would wake up to this shit every day.
I wouldn't even deal with.
That's one message. That's one. So. Yes.
I back to what you were saying, Landon. I dated this girl once, and she fucking punched me in my fucking face, and she said that if I loved her, I would fight her.
There's a lot of
that's fucking crazy.
There are girls like that. Like even my dad, he warned me about. He was like, this was when I was young. He's like, there's some girls, man. I went on a date with this girl and I thought things were going fine, and then like after like 3 or 4 dates, she wasn't into me, and I was like, what is this? Like, it's because you don't beat her ass. And he was like, yeah, I can't get into that.
Yeah.
He's like, I just can't.
She
like, I'm not trying to get into that.
There's some women who get so attracted to abuse.
It's a turn on.
And it's a truth. But someone who gets so traumatized by abuse because...
It's a cycle.
Speaking of things, it's been a cycle for me. Like for so long, not now because I'm not letting shit happen anymore. But like, it takes you the work it takes you to get out of that.
Shit.
But some women don't. They get addicted to the because after the abuser abuses you, you get to a point of like you look for that love they give you because it's everything you want, and it's called trauma bonding. Literally,
what's it called?
Trauma bonding. It's an actual thing. But like you get so addicted to the feeling of like how sorry they're, how much they love you, and they give you everything you've ever wanted in your life. And then as soon as they get you back in, they get you again.
And then you get.
But some women are used to nothing but that, and so it's hard for a woman to feel but she's not.
No, it's not even. It's not crazy. It makes perfect sense. I mean, some women have thought
it is crazy.
It's a crazy cycle in general. I mean, you start from society telling you that you need a man to like make you whole. That like that's like you need. Like, you're just a half. You're not like a whole person. Like you need someone. You need to like satisfy the motherly requirement. You need to do this. And you do this.
Yeah.
What's on the women's side too?
Specifically on the women's side.
She fucking like would slap me around for fun, and like laugh and shit. Like she would like laugh at me after she had been like slapping my face like
because you would feel like
and you know I could take it as like getting hit is not that like crazy hard, but like the
disrespect,
the fact that you can do this to somebody that you said that you love so fucking much, and then fucking
that's what I don't get,
and then laugh at me in my face when I'm crying, You know, that's a real
It
fucking
hurts.
problem, and exactly what you said. Narcissism is the problem. It's a disagreeable, self-indulged narcissist. Is usually
Everyone's a narcissist nowadays. Have you noticed that?
They are.
Narcissism
Yeah,
is on the
and it's
rise.
like-
big
It
time.
is,
And
and then there's
I think
the true,
social media
like-
fucks with it a lot. Everyone has
No
to record
knowledge,
everything.
nothing.
Everyone's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a star at all times. Everyone doesn't give a fuck. It's like they're the ones on top. Everyone's doing the best. It's just like, oh my god.
But it's like
this is
she
such
said.
bullshit.
It's like she said. These people will push you into the point where you finally defend yourself, and then you're the bad
They
person.
feed off of your vulnerabilities.
And then you're the bad person. As soon as you defend yourself,
The one time you
the
do.
one moment that you actually don't fucking tolerate it anymore, and you go the full fucking length and you put a stop to it, then you're the fucking abuser, and you're the piece of shit.
It's
narcissist.
gaslighting.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and it happens all the time, apparently.
Can I tell you guys a story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Many years ago, they used to live in this apartment complex where there was this jacuzzi that everybody hung out and partied at. So one day we went to go party in the jacuzzi, and there was this very sexy, full-figured woman and their family. So we were going to leave, but she said, don't leave, hang out with us. So she was flirting with my Arab friend, and it was fun. And then the husband said, we need to take the children home and, get them ready for bed. So she told him to take the kids home and get them ready for bed. We're sitting in the thing, chilling out or whatever. So 10 minutes went by. He came back and said, honey, we're all ready for you, blah, 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 blah. She told him to go back and finish doing this, da, 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 da. He was gone 20 minutes. He came back and he said, hey, honey, everybody's ready for bed, da, 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 da. She told him to go home. And anyway, long story short, he came back and she left with him. And then she came back by herself, and 15 minutes later, whatever, she came back, and she had beat the fuck out of him. That shit was so funny. She was bruised up. That shit was
It's not funny.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't understand, Sam. And you laugh
That's
at
not funny at all.
You literally laugh at, like, sometimes I question you sometimes because you laugh at certain things like all the time. I'm just like, what?
Well,
It's like,
I think
it's like,
there's-
there's
I
no-
think- you know what I think?
It's
I
not about
have
the
a theory.
absurdism either because like I get the absurdist aspect of like
started off
what,
with
but
a
like
good story,
still.
but I just remember that night how the whole thing unwind when I was telling the story, and that's why it was funny because it happened long. Because I just
I get how
couldn't
things
I
are
think he's
different.
a
Like
comedian at his core.
years, I will say like sometimes decades later, things for some reason at the time were not funny are funny. I'm not saying this is one of those
Oh,
things,
I
but
laugh at
I'm
dumb
saying
shit
that
all the time.
I've laughed at some shit that I thought I would never laugh at. That's a
Yeah.
fact. I will say that. Which it's crazy how they. We
I mean, I
remember
thought
things
I
how
could tie
nostalgic
that
we're
into your
fucking wild.
story, but then I remember that night and it made me laugh. I'm sorry.
Well, see, that might be a coping mechanism too.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh. No, you're
Shield
not
yourself
wrong.
from reality.
Yeah.
Is that what I just did?
that's why you
Maybe
laugh.
so.
That's why you laugh. The thing
That's
that you're
why people
thinking
laugh
of is
after
so
they
fucking
sleep.
terrible
Let's
that
It
play a
will-
game around. Let's play around the corner again. You want to?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your coping mechanism?
Music. Playing music
You
specifically.
can have more than one.
I'm retarded.
Humor.
Okay.
I don't know. Tell me. What's
Okay,
your,
no.
Let's go to counseling today.
No.
What's your coping mechanism?
Laughter.
There you go.
Making other people laugh. Make yourself.
That too. I mean, I find humor in everything. Even when, like when I dropped the soap in prison, man, that was funny.
So you're coping right now because you don't want to tell us your coping mechanism because you don't want to be thought about.
No, I don't give a fuck. I mean,
Whenever you're feeling really down, what do you do to cope? And what's become a habit? Without having.
I
I've
try
done
not
too.
to let myself get down. I always fucking pick it up.
Like, what if something happens to you that you just can't explain? Is just awful. How do you kill?
I'll explain that to you. The day I got arrested and spent 2 months in jail for a crime for no reason because they made a mistake, and then I got home when I got out of jail because they realized they made a mistake. They were gonna put me in prison. My house had been broken into in a coin collection that I've been carrying around for 40 fucking years. 40 years. I cried in my shower and I said, God damn, and I didn't even care about anything anymore. And then I went over and I found $35 in a book because these dumb motherfuckers ain't looking in no book. And I took that money, I went and bought some flowers, and I came back up. Fuck that shit. I mean,
All right.
I
so your
cried.
coping mechanism is the hustle.
I guess so.
You know, and you fucking hustle. You do some shit. I like it.
That's a good
I
coping
love your.
For real? You'll never end up homeless.
I may want to
I've
scream at you
never knock
sometimes.
it.
but-
Never knock the
No,
hustle.
I remember the times when I used to wake up and didn't have no money at all. You know, just like every day was the hustle.
That's me
You
this
know?
morning.
Huh? I mean, I'm telling you, man, goddamn, we got no food. We got electricity bill. We got all this shit I gotta pay, and fucking I gotta go get it. I used to have a truck that I used to drive around and pick up fucking mattresses and furniture and shit and go and sell that shit like a motherfucker. That shit's crazy.
I love your hustle. I do love your hustle. You drive me crazy, but I love your hustle.
Why did I drive you crazy?
You just drive me crazy. What's your coping mechanism?
I don't think I have one.
No?
Not really.
Do you
I
like?
think
Do you
it's
like? Do you?
like this.
Do,
Nah.
do
not
you?
really.
I'm.
Do you shut down?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't cope well, and that's not a good thing, but it's the
Serious?
truth.
Does anything help? Like video games or like?
I mean, like, yeah, but that's only if you get it early on.
Right.
Because if you don't at that point, you're way too far down the rabbit hole.
Because I had a point where I would just like, just lock my fucking door. Is it something like that?
I've been feeling
do
that way
you-
the last couple of weeks. Last
Like-
couple weeks have sucked.
I fucking, when I was a teenager, I'd isolate completely. Just like,
No, that's what I do. I withdraw.
because I
Completely.
totally, and
I
you
just
know
rather not
what's
talk to people.
interesting? I found is, what's really good therapy for me? Online friends.
Yeah.
Having somebody who's not there,
Which is why
but,
social media is such a.
but
good
I
thing
can
now.
hear you, and I can see you, and I can talk to you.
Yeah.
I would
But there,
too.
you can't touch me. Fucking like I can
have no
end this
commitment
and
to you,
never
maybe?
speak to you ever again if I want to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I can block everything about you from me.
I like.
Like-
Interesting. I was like, the only online friends I ever actually made were people on like Xbox or like
I used to have
PlayStation.
so many.
They were
okay.
the best friends though, honestly.
I
Like
don't-
I had people that I had on my friends list for like literally like 7-8 years that I played like games with. I didn't know their real name. They like would change their like gamer name and shit, but I'd still call them by their original one. But like I played with them for like 8 years. Like,
Right.
literally, it's
I
wild.
got a story
God,
because
your
I
childhood
believe
was
that
totally
me
different
and
from mine.
and a lot of different people from my generation had a period of time where they were part of a certain community, which was on Skype. And I remember at least 20 people in these calls at one time. You know what I mean?
All on the same
And
Skype
like,
call?
yeah, and we would have calls
so
that
many
last
out of a mic.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we would have calls that lasted for like 68 hours. And
What?
like, yeah, no, because
What?
Some
Yeah.
people would just leave and shit like that, and then
you
other
know,
people.
so-
you know,
oh,
like
okay.
there's
people that would
been
just
there's been a
continue
few
to go.
periods in my life where I've been able to just sit in my room and not do anything else for like a year or so at a time. So fucking during those times, I would have just unlimited amounts of time to do whatever I want with, and a lot of that I would use talking to people and being, not just a shut in. I'd actually have some interaction with people in some fucking way. Because I think that's really important for dungeon gamers and people like that. You might, it's really important to do what we're doing here and like actually go out and talk to people in the fucking flesh. You know what I mean? It's the most important thing, I believe. But there's a certain security that people feel when they're talking online to people that they can't physically touch, and I think it's kind of important.
I mean, that's fair and that's interesting because it's a whole new concept to begin
Because-
with, other than pen
Can I
pals.
pour a little bit for her?
Right,
Oh, yeah.
because people don't understand that you can, like you say, you're hanging out with your friends because you feel like you're hanging out with your friends. You do. You really do feel like you're hanging out with your friends.
My
And-
coping, my
I
coping
met
is
one of my
job.
best friends in the whole entire world on the internet. I met the mother
What's
of
your
my
coping
son on the
mechanism?
internet.
My job.
You know that?
I think-
I love coming to work. I couldn't live without my job.
I'm listening.
I think that's a lot of people. That's
And my name's not Fraser.
no, I didn't mean to interrupt you either, Adam, because that
No,
was
it's okay.
that was a really good thing you were going on,
Yeah,
and that's very helpful for someone like me because I just like at that point it's
Yeah.
like at a certain point I'm just like fuck it, I don't care. I'm just getting like just stop talking to people
So
and
whenever
just
you
like
guys like shut down, do you? I keep interrupting. I'm
Yeah.
curious. Like, whenever you guys shut down,
I do
so
that
you say
too.
you lock your door. You just kind of like blam.
I just kind of like go with the motions. And I'm
How
like,
do you,
whatever.
as somebody who doesn't do that, my coping mechanism, I hate when people shut down, and I think that's the one thing that drives me crazy. And trying to understand that more, which I've been, how does somebody reach out to someone who's shutting down like that?
That's very hard. I mean,
Like, what do you-
even
what does
Steph
someone
has
do?
has a problem with me with this
Yeah.
a lot, and it is a problem because she doesn't know how to help me,
Well,
and that's a very frustrating
the
thing
best
for her. And
way,
I feel so bad for her because that's a very
Well, also,
frustrating thing for her.
You don't have to be sad, but
She's like,
what
"How do I help you?"
What would you suggest someone do in that situation with you?
I'd say just be
Just kinda
gentle,
leave
be
you
there,
alone, maybe, or
just
Man,
be there
tackle
for
that
them.
ass and
Don't
tickle
try
his
to
feet.
don't try to solve any problems.
Yeah.
Just literally be empathetic, listen, kind,
Just kind of wait on
gentle.
you.
Just be there to listen. Like do as little as possible. Just stroke just
So maybe I'm trying to
a
understand,
very
like,
light touch if that makes sense. Just make them feel a
Yeah.
little bit. Just a little act of like comfort can make them feel a whole lot better
Yeah.
than you saying something that is going to set off a whole other thing in their head, and then they have to stress about that too, and then they have to feel like they have to react to it. If you do something like, for instance, someone's feeling bad, and you take their head and you put it in their lap, and you just like stroke their hair or something, it'll instantly make them feel better.
So that's
but
like,
it's not going to fuck with them in any way, shape, or form.
That's exactly your answer.
That's a good way to
Perfect.
help it, because if you try to say something, it's like then they have to think about it, and then they're like putting that whole stress, like, okay, now I have to like weigh this, like I didn't want to even think about it, you know? It's like
affection.
It's just like more shit to think about. It's more stress.
Give you indirect affection.
Indirect affection, not too much. Fucking just.
I'm gonna tap you.
Like someone who's shutting down. If I'm dating someone and he shuts down or whatever, and he does. Apparently, I like people shut down. I don't shut down. I want all my emotions out there when I'm feeling them, as I'm feeling them. So I'm very opposite of that. So my problem has always been like, how do I address the situation without making this man or person feel like, cheers. Like I don't want to be too aggressive with it. But so you're saying just basically like, kind of, just come to them, but like said, put your head on their lap or rub their head, like, but don't just wait on them to kind of come to you.
In a sense, yeah. Like, they'll let you know, even if they don't come to you physically. Like, sometimes they'll, like, you can see in their eyes or something, you know what I mean? It's like, even if it's a small gesture to just, like, rub their hand a little bit. Not try to get crazy and super cuddly with them, because that might be too much, you know? It might be putting too much.
Right.
Like, it's like, you just want to do little, like, gestures that, like, kind of reach out, hey, I'm there.
Like,
I think that would help me the most, actually, is what I think.
To me, there's nothing like a good tickling.
I mean,
that works.
That
for
would piss me off.
Like,
unbelievably.
Sandman's coping mechanism is deflecting.
Oh my god!
He's
been deflecting his entire life.
When I shut down, the only way to
Now
reach
we're
me when I shut
fucked.
down is to do a task with me or to fucking.
You're like, hey, you want to go do something that you're doing?
Like get with me doing like build something, draw something with me, start a project with me. Fucking like I have to have.
That's a healthy way.
That like because that
absolutely.
like this.
Yes.
This.
Yo,
like,
I didn't want to be. I'm not. I, didn't
I have a fucking obligation.
You don't want to what?
I didn't want to be here tonight. Now I'm so happy I came.
I had an
Me
obligation. I have an obligation here.
Exactly.
This is gonna keep me from shutting down. My son, I don't shut down anymore because I have a son. That's
you know,
impossible.
like a good thing
So
you have
now-
the fatherhood gene. You have a good fatherhood gene that kicked in,
the
and it's like,
thing
okay,
is
I can't
like
fucking not be there.
The thing is like if I shut down, my son dies in my head. You know what I mean? That's how I literally look at it.
I don't think that's unhealthy. I think
that's a very primal and normal.
And I can't. That means
healthy.
I can never lock my door for a fucking few months ever again. And I'm okay with that. At least for the next 20 years. I can't lock my door.
18 years old.
You know what I mean? And it's like the deal is like either that or listen to me play music. Or give me like
you know what I love about you?
Positive feedback. If you just like listen to me play my guitar for a few hours or some shit.
Can I tell you what I absolutely love is like, and I don't know why I just thought of this, but like on Sundays, you're always randomly singing random shit.
Yes.
And I swear to God, and I don't know if this makes you feel good or bad or whatever, but know that you've made at least one person on this earth lift up a little bit, because you always come in around the time that I'm like I have a good about 2 hours before I'm like fuck, and then I'm happy. You always come in at the fuck time.
Yeah.
And I come back there and you're singing some just random shit. I'm like, I'm good.
Ask him to come
so
start
much,
whether you know it or not, like
ears.
that's the thing. Whether you know it or not, sometimes we help people in the most random
That's
ways,
true.
and we have no clue.
That's
See,
true.
I wasn't raised to fucking shut down and anything. I grew up really happy. I think it's all recent. This the depression and the shutting down and the anxiety is all very recent. And that is probably one of the greatest things anyone's ever fucking said to me.
So you were doing it on Sunday, and I was like, I ran back there just to, sometimes I go in the back to cuss out.
Right.
You're always back there. You see me.
Yeah.
I work like 2 inches away from there, and I'm always in there like, this bitch, like cussing out, and then I walked back there this Sunday. I don't remember what the fuck I was on back there for, but I remember being like, just like frustrated as hell at somebody, like some I don't even know, somebody was like running their mouth at me, and you were just like, I don't know, I can't sing, but you're like, yeah, and I was like, all right, and I walked right back outside. I was like, all right, I got this.
appreciate that a lot because that means success to me. Because my whole idea, because music is what I do. My dad paid the bills playing music, and I wanted to be like him for my whole entire life. And he always taught me that if you ever reach out and touch one person with your music,
done did it.
You're a success. Period. If you like, it doesn't matter who it is, and like that, just like. I
have
really
a good idea.
thank you for saying that to me. That's fucking awesome. I'm glad to know that.
So instead of getting deep and sad, let's all go around the room. What do we appreciate about each other that no one might know?
I had one comment I wanted to ask him. Does when you said he sings random shit, what if you're out there and you just deal with an idiot customer, and then this fucking idiot comes up and says some of the dumbest
Like,
shit?
I want to buy a free chicken wing.
This dude right here in some crazy language, and it's like, all right, that's cool. Thank you so much. Because sometimes I deal with a lot of dumb people out there on the streets. It's not easy. All right, does he ever do that to you?
It all depends on who you are. I mean, Imani loves it when I do the Alfie Solomon's voice. So whenever
What's
I see her
that?
pistol, he's a factory guy.
Oh my god!
From he's a
Alfie
leader
Solomon's.
of a fucking gang up in what was it, Camden Town.
He
He
does
makes
that
rap.
shit to
He's
me
a fucking
all-
Jewish guy,
He's a
mate.
factory
All
Jewish
day.
gang.
All
I've
day he
never
does
heard that.
to
Why
me.
have?
The problem is
Yeah,
he would be
nah.
a factory.
Does he do that to you?
boys.
He does.
Yeah, all day he does
I like
that
the
to
Alfie
me.
Solomon's voice because
could
I
do-
like Peaky Blinders a lot too.
I can do Tommy as well.
I can tell each one of you what I appreciate about
Everybody,
you.
listen up. That by the end of the day,
Stop.
everybody,
Don't stop.
Now, what is your mechanism? We didn't
Fucking
get to
show.
that.
That was work. My job. I go to my job because it makes me happy. It's the one place I can go to and feel like I have family around.
And then run in the
Feel free.
kitchen and scream at the motherfucker.
That is one thing
No.
about gas bars. That
I
is
love
that
it.
is-
I love working there because I go in there and it's like we have so many regulars. Like the place is built on the regulars. I feel like, or not built on, but like
no, I definitely
and-
like
Oh, yeah,
that's
we
at
have
the
a ton
heart
of
of the
regulars.
community. And the heart of the
Exactly.
whole experience is the staff and the regulars
exactly.
and the
I
interaction.
go there. I can have the worst day of my entire life, and I can go into work and be hungover, sad, crying, just got my ass beat, anything. And within a couple of hours of being there, I'm still, feeling sad, but I feel like people give a shit about me.
right?
And that's the hardest thing to do whenever you feel like no one cares, because outside of work, y'all don't know what's going on with my life.
Exactly.
And it's shitty sometimes, or it was shitty. It's better, but there's times.
I get
it's been-
your point.
There's times
though.
I've been fucking. I've come into work after
I
just
like to
getting
come
like
to work sometimes.
damn near killed, and I come to work and it's like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this. You have no idea. I love it. That's my coping mechanism. Work and obviously drinking, but
we have
work.
we have a great thing going in at gas bars and in Ybor in general.
Exactly.
We have a very tight knit community, and we're all a part of it. And
Yeah.
I think we all kind of recognize that. And I think it's something that's
Exactly.
beautiful. And that's something that we all got to appreciate while we're here and
When
now.
we first showed up, I hated it.
Because
Exactly.
things might change. You never know what the future's gonna bring. You never know how shit
Exactly.
goes. You never know what's gonna happen. So you gotta appreciate the here and
Also,
now.
let's take a shot to Rob. Speaking of that,
Oh my God, I was gonna.
Who?
he was just there last night.
I just saw him
we
last
just
night.
drank
at-
together.
I
What are we
just
talking
saw
about?
We
him
just drank
at
last
Monkey
night.
last
One
night.
of our regulars passed away last night in a motorcycle accident. So this is to him.
Yes.
No shit.
He's an awesome dude.
I didn't.
Here's to Rob.
Hell yeah.
What did he look like?
To
Would
all
I
the
have-
shots
would I have
that
ever
I
seen
heard
him?
of.
I'll show you a picture in a minute.
But this is just to him.
To Rob.
To celebrate your life and appreciate everything that you never realized that you have.
Rest
All the
easy.
times
Cheers.
you made me laugh.
Every time you think it's bad, just be happy you're here.
I have a question for my own growth.
God, this shit's so good.
I use humor
excellent.
and deflection.
Yes.
And I use those to cope with what? They're my.
I don't know what you're coping with, but to cope with something. Maybe.
What-
I could be wrong.
Now it's time for reflection instead.
You're right.
Reflection. It's going
Turn that
back on
mirror
to
around.
you.
Instead of holding the mirror up to.
No, I'm trying to grow. I mean, y'all told me some shit. Okay, I'm thinking about
I
it.
could be
Yeah.
wrong.
See, you to be
No,
honest.
I think it's important to have
I
these
feel-
conversations. 'Cause How
Absolutely.
often does anyone have a
Absolutely.
conversation about their personal mental health?
Never.
With, let's say
Especially
300
like
people in a
this.
formalized setting where we're all trying to actually go around. When does that ever happen?
How differently do all
People
grow up?
literally pay hundreds of dollars for this. Like,
Exactly. We
And
all
it-
grew up so differently, but here we are in the same exact fucking spot.
and we're able to actually relate too. It's not like a
Yeah.
forced thing in like a fucking therapist's
Exactly.
office or some shit that people won't
I'm
do.
not forcing
Me
you
and
to say
Landon had
you
a
disagree. I'm
strikingly
telling you
similar
that
childhood.
it seems
No,
whatever.
I can appreciate
Seriously.
everything you say, but I just look at that as white people shit.
As coping?
I mean, all this. I mean, as someone who comes,
I can
like,
explain this. I got this.
I can too.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna just put it out there. People, especially people of Catholic descent, Hispanic men, and black men, often have a problem with masculinity sometimes, and they don't know how to like express themselves, and they get they feel like everything is threatening their masculinity and who they are as a person, and they base everything, including their whole personal identity, on that. And that obviously isn't true for everyone. There's many black men who are very, very in tune with who they are as a person and their masculinity, but sometimes it's just a cultural thing where it's like you can't show emotion. Like that's how
Yes.
that's how with Steph's parents it is. You know what I mean? Like that's how her. That's a whole. That's all Colombian. That's all Colombian, man. It's just how it is. It's like you hide things. You keep it all a secret. You bottle that shit up. You don't show it. It's like there are certain things you do, and there are certain ways you act, and they don't have the luxury. They're worrying about other shit. They don't have the luxury of worrying about mental health in that sense because they're just trying to fucking survive.
Sometimes I feel like, and I this is
That's
playing
what
with off you. So my question for you, and whatever, I can't. I might be wrong, so I'm asking you, like, respectfully. I feel like placating off what you just said, Landon. Like the repression and all the bullshit that people of other races have to go through. I'm trying to word this right, but like.
I know. I think
You have to hold your feelings and everything else because you've been so like depleted because of the color of your goddamn skin.
Yeah.
Same thing with like culturally different or not even culturally, fuck culturally, physically, not fuck culturally, but you know what I mean. Like just because of someone's you're a black man, this person's a Puerto Rican, this person's like whatever. Us being like white male, white female, white male. I don't understand. I have empathy but I'll never be what you've felt because I've never been that. But I feel like sometimes maybe he's right in what he's saying because Landon's saying that maybe people of a different race, especially in this area around America, I don't know how it is in the countries,
100%,
may have more of that because they've been so repressed and so treated so differently. So
they have to have.
Well,
do you feel like
sometimes
it's harder for you to have an emotion because people are going to look at you, that just like racially discriminate against you because you of your feelings? Do you feel like it's harder? Do you feel like you have to hold your emotions better or more and hide them more?
All the time.
Handing off that. So then that's what I'm saying. Your coping mechanism might be humor because people
that
might
diffuses the situation at all times instead of you having to always act like straight laced or something, just to get by and not get fucked with by a cop.
You might or might
not
be right. I don't know statistics. I don't look this shit up. I'm not googling.
No, I have actually gotten myself. I don't know. We're just.
Is
talking
what I'm
about,
asking you making sense or am I not making
sense?
sense?
No,
it
sense.
makes
It makes
I mean,
sense.
I was just thinking. Almost every time in my life I've ever gotten into a fight, I ended up making everybody laugh. So there's no fight, and I do that all the time in Ybor.
You are good at that.
Motherfuckers want to whoop my, and then I also have a stupid look on my face that I can only do.
No, you don't.
No, listen to me. That's true. Okay. I've had people.
I really want to threaten him to see the face.
No, if I get in a situation, I can't. This is the only face I can't do on command. But it looks so ridiculous that people just go fuck it. It looks so stupid. Like I'll say whatever. And then I say, that's the wrong thing. And then I just look at him like I'm a dumbass, and they just go, fuck it. He's too stupid to fuck with, and they just walk away. I think you've seen that before.
I don't think I have. I think that Billy tried to fucking fight me yesterday.
Billy?
That's what I was trying to think of.
Billy?
The homeless guy. Billy. The fucking old fucking guy.
Which one, dude? Because there's a lot of
old white guy.
The old white guy.
A lot of raru-rarus.
You know this guy.
Old white guy.
He's been there forever.
Wait, is he the short guy?
No, he's tall.
He kind of hunches.
He got hunched?
He's been
Wait,
there
is he the guy who has a cane?
Yeah. No, he always has the fucking.
They're little tied. They don't even tie him like real shit.
Is he trying to sell flowers in your name? Oh no.
No,
we don't buy flowers from anyone.
These are just like some fucked up leaves that he doesn't even try real hard.
Palm leaf flowers.
Yeah.
I'll fuck up your competitors.
Right on.
That's
all. Nobody's selling flowers in the Ybor.
We got the muscle. Emily's muscle. Bah. Run your hustle with Emily's muscle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that would be a tight catchphrase. Thank you. Thank you. We need a way to make that happen just based off of that.
T-shirt.
No, it's like every week I say, God damn, I need to make $700 just to pay my bills every week. And fucking sometimes Wednesday, Thursday comes by and I don't have any money. And I'm like, holy shit. And I panic all the time, but I do it every week.
Yeah.
I panic all the time.
Dude, I think we should lean into this mental health thing more with the podcast.
I like it a lot.
Yes.
I think it feels.
But
I feel something there. It's not the first time I've gotten in this conversation. It's been in a really productive direction.
It's something I struggle with still to this day because I don't understand why she did that shit to me.
That's the whole point. Is we're always going to struggle.
What the biggest problem is I don't understand still why it is that the person who I fell in love with so deeply, right, fucking turned around all of a sudden was a musician, was the female mirror of me. She liked all the same shit I liked. She,
Oh, okay. I thought
wa-
you were saying something else.
like she was the female mirror of me spiritually. Me and her
Yeah.
at the time looked it like if you knew
It would've
us, if
synced
you
up. It
knew
would've
us,
been
if
like-
you knew us in 2015 and 16, you would have said those guys are fucking soulmates. They're gonna be together for the rest of their fucking lives. We met each other in person. She went back home after being in DCFS. I think what fucked her up the most is her going home.
Yeah.
Because she went home to a reality that she did not expect. She did not expect her mother and father to be as they were. Well, her father's a truck driver. Her mother is just distant. She doesn't give a fuck. She let her own health go, and she doesn't want to admit it. And
That's sad.
and it's a fucking like it's a thing where like if you would have got off your ass and did something, you wouldn't have had that first stroke.
No,
No, that's what I think. I think
and
People
the
put
house
themselves
is
in their own
just the
prisons
house
all the
is just
time.
obliterated. The house has like 5 old decrepit cats that walk around everywhere, kill mice, leave carcasses all over the fucking place, shit wherever they want behind
No, the
boxes.
thing is,
The
there's
whole
some people-
place has boxes
You
stacked
can
to the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
So like, and she went back to that house, and she became a stripper because her mother said, "Oh well, that's what you should do." Meanwhile, she was working at GameStop. Her mother encouraged her to be a fucking stripper. The mother of my son.
my thing is like you can tell
Like
from people's place
I
the
trusted
state
her
of
to
their
let her do
like
it. She asked me if she could do it.
people are messy who have crazy minds. Like at my place is always messy. Like, it's just how it is. I can't keep anything organized. Even though I think I like organization, I just
I
can't
want to
have.
write things down.
I have a theory.
People are crazy with messy minds.
I have a theory
Oh, yeah.
about what happened with her though.
Yeah.
I think that her going home to, I don't really like. There's some stuff that I should not disclose about certain types of abuse.
Fair enough.
Like type of people who should be murdered, right? And she
Enough said.
that person still lived there, and I think
no.
I think that her going there and realizing that her parents weren't really gonna make this guy move out, weren't really gonna encourage her to follow her dreams, all that anger at her parents got directed at me. And she's been taking it out on me ever since. She saw me as comfortable. She saw me as somebody who loved her enough and would take it.
But at some point, you have to realize as a human, and this is where I think narcissism, the line between that, what you're saying, and narcissism comes in, because at some point in your life, you have to have empathy for someone else.
Yeah.
And you have to realize, I have a lot of anger and stuff, and I definitely project that onto someone I'm dating sometimes, because I have who it is, I'm trust issues.
Well, it's safe.
But I have other issues as well, so I definitely need a little bit more coddling, I guess you could say, in relationships at the beginning to be able to trust someone. So I project my insecurities on someone else in a sense of like, can you text me whenever you make it home? Can you do this? Can I, are you're out with all your friends? Can you just text me every once in a while? Make
That's
sure you're
not
safe.
really an insecure. That's like I think that's fair because like I do
That's
that.
not
I'll be honest,
insecure
I do
at
that
all.
all the time. I think it's fair to like ask like
If you
you just
love and
text me
care
when you
about
get there.
somebody,
I do too.
Well, if
but
you
I
love-
guess maybe
Because it's
my
like I just want to make
relationship-
sure you got
check
there
it out.
safe. Like shit, you
But
know.
like,
It's like
I say project, and so if they don't text me, I get upset. I don't get like screaming and yelling at you upset, but I get upset. I'm like, why didn't you message me? I don't mind you going out with people. I mind that I don't hear from you while you're there because I want to know if everything's okay, and because I
Right.
think it
I'm the
becomes about
exact same way.
relationships. But there comes a point between being a narcissist and being hurt human,
Yeah.
and you don't want to hurt someone else because you know how you feel.
Right.
So for her to say, for you to say, oh well, she's projecting. I mean, maybe she was, but she should never. No one should ever make you want to. Or at some point, I may say something to you. I apologize, Maurice, the other day. Long story short, like I yelled at Maurice the other day, like not accidentally, without even thinking. I apologized, like. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, there comes a point in your head, you're like, oh my God, I realized what I did, and I apologize for it. I did,
Yeah.
and you come to a point of like, I'm frustrated, this, and maybe you're the one who frustrated me, but you come to a point of realization that I didn't handle it right. Or maybe I shouldn't have said. And I don't really yell at myself. I was just like, take care of your tables, da-da-da. Like, I came off as what I was saying was right, I feel like, but it was in the wrong way.
And you know what I've seen?
And you come to, so someone shouldn't want to hurt you, and if they do hurt you, they should realize that. And then when they
Right.
don't realize that and they continue to do it to you without apologizing, it happens continuously, that's not right for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so she shouldn't have. Maybe she can take her problems out, but she's also realized, like, why would I want to be
Oh
like that
no,
to
I
somebody?
understand. No, completely. That's
Yeah.
not excusable. I'm not excusing it.
Exactly.
I'm just saying I think the initial cause of her fucking shift, 180-degree turn from being
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You weren't in the room when I was saying it back in the day.
Oh, sorry.
She was a musician. She was just like me. We were both doing acoustic acts and shit, and she fucking was on the same path as me.
Yeah.
She was the female mirror of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
type of thing.
yeah.
So fucking all of a sudden she did a 180. I met her online, but like fucking we had been like in an online relationship since we were like 16. Finally met each other when we were 20.
This is your baby's mom?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And fucking within 2 months of me living there, she was pregnant. Right.
I remember when
we
this
ran
happened.
out of condoms.
I was there.
Bro, what do you mean you ran out?
I mean, I wasn't
That
there, but I was
$2.
like-
I mean,
Then $2.
listen
bro.
to me.
Pull out,
listen
at
to me,
least.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You live in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere in
You get
Wisconsin, and the very the only
Ziploc bags
only
and tape.
the only place that you have to go to even get food is 2 miles away. 2 miles.
What if we had a section of this show called
Yeah,
Right
actually.
Bartender Emily?
During that period of time in the winter, in the beginning of 2018 was the fucking my darkest days on Earth. My most fucking
Raw dog and musicians.
terrible. No. Like, I don't even know what the fuck life is because.
I feel like-
The house we stayed in was not particularly good. It didn't have heat.
Oh, dude.
And
Wisconsin?
in the insulation was a broken window that we stuffed a fucking towel into to keep.
That sounds like move.
Yeah.
you can't
Where?
always move.
I don't
you
know.
can't always
Where?
I don't know.
This is the thing. Is it's hard, especially nowadays. Like even in Virginia, you used to be able to get
Talk
like, really
about
cheap
fucking
housing.
cold.
A place where my friends grew up, it used to be poor, but you could always find it in our place because it was cheap. Now all the rich people are moving there, and turning into another Napa Valley. They're growing fucking grapes there. They gentrified the fucking country. You didn't think that they could do that. They gentrified the country.
Find
So
a way.
now
The
you
thing
literally
is-
can't find any houses. Rent for the cheapest, most shitty house is $1,800 for a 2-bedroom or some shit like that. It's just fucked up. It's you can't even
Right.
move out there. There's no escape. I don't know.
There was no escape because the closest house was a football field away. Jesus Christ! Dude, this was when I say
Football field isn't that far.
when
I'm calling bullshit.
When I say
That's how I grew up. I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking about.
when I say the
Oh,
middle
you mean in
of
terms
nowhere,
of how? Okay, sorry. I thought you meant the nearest available house, not the nearest
No, the
neighboring
nearest
house.
literal
My
neighbor
bad. Sorry.
was a
That's why I
football
was
field
just
away.
motherfucker, you can
And
move 100 yards away.
The thing
Exactly.
is man, that was cold. It was cold.
I ain't built for that. I'm from Florida, bro. I am poorly adapted.
Luckily, I'm from Michigan and I withstood it. But goddamn, man, there was some periods of times where I didn't know if she was gonna go crazy and try to kill me. And I had nowhere to go. That was the worst part. I had nowhere to go.
How'd you get out of it?
My mom.
How'd you mentally get out of it?
Well, by getting out of it physically, what we did was
True.
we only lived up there for about 4 months. My mother bought me and her a plane ticket because she was pregnant to come down here.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom bought us a plane ticket.
Your mom's Kelly to me. Sorry.
That is-
Explain.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But she bought us a plane ticket.
Yeah.
Let us move into her little house that she had in fucking Soho, right? Well, the landlord was a piece of shit. Didn't want anybody living there, so he evicted her because she let her fucking son stay with her, and we ended up living in a motel and then into the place that we live at now that we're moving out of today or tomorrow. Fucking the trailer that fucking I brought my son home to. But after he was born, about a month after he was born, he was a month old, I went to work on a Sunday to bus. Back when I bus, remember that shit?
Yeah.
At brunch.
I do. I remember
At
that.
brunch.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday.
We had the brunch brunch.
It was a Sunday. I went to work. Okay, let me preface this by saying that she had plans to go to see her grandmother who lived in Brooksville with the baby. Fine, right? So she was only supposed to bring what was necessary. I went to work, 10 a.m. I went home, 10 p.m. And there was no sign that any of them had ever been there. Either of them. She took everything that had to do with her or him.
Why? What?
Well, because she was so angry and mean to me all the time.
This is the one from Wisconsin.
This is when
Yeah.
it finally built up to the point where I had enough, and I finally didn't let her fucking do anything to me. You know what I mean? After that, she left. I didn't see my son for 11 months.
I remember your mom telling me
That's
about that one time.
So there's this guy, right?
evil
used-
kind of
I remember
person.
that
Check
too,
this out.
yeah.
Check this out. You know the parking lot across the street from gas bars?
Carmine? Yeah.
No, across the street from
Oh,
gas
yeah.
bars. Yeah. I don't know if anybody remembers a big fat dude that wears orange.
Where's
Ma-
it? Ranch?
Orange. Like being security there over the years. He would have been there.
Security. Parking lot
Yeah.
security. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Well, when I was at work, she used to come down. She used to go across the street. She was hanging out with him. He lived in the same trailer park as me. My mother had disclosed to me that she had gone over to his house a few times after the baby was born. She had been talking. I found on her phone that she had been talking to one of her exes. I asked because I told her I didn't want any more kids. Because right now we can't have any more fucking kids. You know, she wanted another kid immediately. Stupid. So she had asked one of her
I
exes.
hate people, man. I hate people.
She's from Chicago. She had asked one of her exes from Chicago if he would ever consider having a child with her. I found this in her phone. She had texted her mother saying, "Oh my God, he said yes. I'm so happy." Blah 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 blah. All that, right? Okay, right. So this is not even halfway done. So she,
Bring her here so I can.
so she also.
She got problems. She's like a lobotomy.
So she during the time. Okay,
Like,
so I didn't know that she had left indefinitely. So about a week into her little vacation up to see her grandma, she fucking called me and said, "Hey, I'm not coming back. I'm done. Well, I'm not coming back." So she really went to her aunt's house, and then she went back to the house in Wisconsin. And then she went to Iowa, and then she went to like fucking Ohio. She jumped around 4 different states with my son by the time he was 1. And fucking this guy that she had been, I don't know what the fuck she was doing down here. This dude who ran the security at the parking lot. I get on my phone. I get on her Facebook. There's a photo of him holding my son.
I would have killed that motherfucker. I would have literally, I'd be in jail. I literally would have. I would have probably killed them both. Like
You
I hate
don't-
to say it, I would
you
have
don't
murdered
say?
everybody.
Look, I got
You don't say.
I got goosebumps right now.
Like
You
I
don't
would have
say.
literally. I hate to say it like that. I would have literally like killed everybody.
So
Oh my god! Like
I'm in my house one night. Okay, so I saw that around July, and then he turns. I promised him I would see him before he was 1. I made a promise to that boy that I would see him again before he was 1 year old, and his birthday is December 13th. There's a reason for that tattoo.
He's so cute.
Oh my God, he's the best. He's the coolest person that's ever lived, man. And he fucking So December 1st or 2nd comes around. I'm sitting in my roommate's room playing video games.
No way.
I open the door, and there's Natalie standing there. She's standing there. She's really there. I'm like,
And you haven't talked to her like
I haven't talked to her in a few months because I was always talking to her, and then I
Yeah.
finally blocked her because I was talking to her to have correspondence with my son,
of course.
but I couldn't fucking take it anymore.
I feel you.
I couldn't fucking take it anymore, so
And
I
you were
blocked
the
her.
asshole because you blocked her.
I blocked
right?
her. She showed up at my house in a truck. Who was driving this truck?
No, don't say it.
The guy that fucking was the security guard, the fat fucking dude with the orange, he had driven himself up there. She had gotten into an online relationship with this guy within 4 months of her leaving me. Within a month, actually, of her leaving me. And he drives up there in his truck to get her, rolling her down. She lives with him now. She comes over to me. I sit in the back seat mainly because Roland's there, but also because she tries to fuck me. Okay? Now, what does that say about the person who is the mother of my son?
She is mentally unstable, desperate, awful, and probably the worst kind of person, and maybe a
That you
succubus.
could ever meet.
Let's hook her up with
Definitely
Max.
a succubus.
Dude, for real.
Now-
I mean, I think that's an accurate description. That pulls your
But
soul out from
I
you.
was able
Like,
to fucking see my son before his first birthday.
Hey, the promise was kept.
So I forgot why that story started. What was it?
Narcissistic.
Oh yeah, no. So no, the reason why I thought that, right?
Yeah.
But then all the shit that followed was just terrible. Now I pay her $200 every 2 weeks for child support. So I mean, once I move in, I'm trying to go through the system. But I've been trying to be civil with this person, and my mother and my father didn't go through the system.
Do you get to see you?
I see him all the time.
Okay, good. Through her, how does that? Can I ask if don't you don't want to talk about it? Don't have to. But like, how does that work out? Like, how do you guys communicate cordially?
Oh
or
my
what?
god, yeah.
She's still around.
She comes over. She leaves him at his house, at the guy at his house, because she lives with him. And fucking, and I get
That bow and arrow.
I get to see my son whenever she decides to bring him over, and then I'm a deadbeat dad, and then this, that, and the third, and then when I pay you hundreds of dollars more than what they would make me pay you, I think you're.
All I would say is, do you have receipts of sending her money?
I give her cash, but I write it.
I
down.
would. Okay, no, man. What I would do is I would put that in like a Venmo or something and send it via that, and then put a memo on it, and that
Right.
way it's a recorded transaction,
Absolutely.
and then you can
Because she
take
can say you're
screenshots
not
of that
taking
and
care of
literally
your
be like, hey, nope, like, see, like, literally, you
Yeah.
can say that. You could use this even.
I
as
have
evidence.
enough accounts.
She
of
can literally
people-
say you're not.
That's what I'm saying. Accounts of people
yeah,
ain't it.
that-
You want to
no,
make the
that's
trail because like,
bullshit.
Well,
I grew up in a family like that. She can literally say that you're
You
not
never
giving
paid a
anything
dime.
because she doesn't have, and
she'll do it.
the bitch can win.
She doesn't have
Because
any
family
income.
court is very
Well, it
biased
doesn't
towards
matter.
females.
But she can say you're not taking care of your son.
That's
anytime.
right. Easy, and you don't got no proof.
Family
Send her-
court is
Send her
very
any kind of
biased.
cash. Get a receipt somehow. I don't
And
care
you
how
should get a
do it.
Have her
receipt
sign
for
it.
Get a
every
signed
penny that
receipt,
you've
100%
given
everything
her.
Give her because if anything comes up or something gets bad again,
Your ass is
she can
gassed.
literally say you're not giving her any money, and she will win.
Because you don't have cash.
she
Cash
doesn't
is
have
traceable.
proof.
Yeah.
In court, proof matters. Trust me and my family and everything I've been through, and a lot of times, proof.
Get that shit.
I will sign it for you as a witness every time you hand her money. I don't even care. Like if you, I won't really count in court, but like anything is better than
Any
nothing.
notary.
Anything is better than
You-
nothing.
yeah.
Elle's a notary.
I was gonna say my dad's a notary. That's why he marries people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can
I'm
literally do it.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit.
He got
ever.
it- he became a
Sometimes when
notary
I'm
to
walking
marry
on my
people.
way to work, I look up at the sign and I read it again, and I look at all the
It's like
prices.
20
and
weddings.
I'm just
I can marry
like,
people too.
That's
just
wait,
like,
you're a notary?
what in the-
Nice. I've been thinking about it.
Well, I'm
just
legally,
wonderful.
I am legally allowed to marry people.
That's tight.
So
I
like
can-
you and Sanman get married right now, and I could legally like.
Yo, that should be our
Justify
next podcast. We
Get
should do the
someone
wedding
married?
of Adam and Sam.
I'm married. No,
Deal.
Hold on, this would be a great podcast. That'd be viral instantly.
I got.
Let's get them married. Okay, you scared me for a sec there.
Yeah, because the screen went black. It went
Oh, you were like,
sleep.
damn. I was like, I watched it not been recorded the whole time.
I wanted
I
Caspar's
got pissed.
cheeseburger so bad.
Dude,
Yo, ever since y'all got that new grill, we got the new grill, whatever. Them cheeseburgers, banging.
dude, for real. I've been loving cooking in the kitchen lately.
Yo,
Like, I'll put it this way. Like, I don't like that I have to do it.
I love your
That sucks.
enthusiasm for it.
No, it's just like I like the cooking. Like I love cooking. Like okay, I'll put it this way: you said a coping mechanism. What's a coping mechanism for me?
Cookies.
Is cooking it. But my thing is, I don't cook enough. Like for myself, it doesn't count. Oh yeah. Shit, you should give a fucking parent.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, it's a whole different experience. Oh shit, we're getting headphones now. Sorry, folks. Hit myself in the face with the headphones hard.
I have headphones. I'm gonna go.
What's up?
Wow.
Wait, why is it only in this one ear?
I don't know.
Hey,
You
right.
guys hear about that condo
You're not
getting
getting your
demolished?
headphones back at him.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
You definitely, these ones are only playing on one ear. These headphones. The right ear isn't working.
How could
Put 'em
I
on again.
possibly forget mine?
What's going on? There. Hold on. There. Perfect. That's perfect. Perfect.
So did you guys
Can I
hear?
make a song?
You can well.
Okay.
Did you
I think
guys
we should
hear
have
about the
people write in to Emily, the bartender, for advice for
I'm
the
dead
mental
ass.
health aspect?
Well, no, we discussed this when you were in the bathroom. I was saying in general, it's like I think I'm really liking this mental health aspect of the podcast, and I think it's very.
Right.
We
I
could
love
get
it.
more
No, it's
subscribers if we had
God.
Emily thoughts to Emily or some bullshit like that and promote her.
I do have a lot of regulars.
That'd be a vibe.
I think that would be funny as shit. And then on really good ones, we could bring them and talk to them on the show.
No, I don't want my regulars here.
No,
Okay, well, it's just a
no. This
suggestion.
isn't. Hold on. Don't.
We
I'm
don't
just
want
saying in
random
general.
people.
I like the idea of gearing more towards the mental health talk.
It's a
because
lot.
there's a lot
It's
of
great.
good stuff to unpack.
Who's gonna be the
There's-
first to cry? Me.
I
mean,
think I can
almost
cry
came
on the
close.
drop
I
of a
almost
hat.
just cried telling that story.
I
so,
saw it,
Yeah,
So like,
it's loud.
and that's okay.
Well, give it back to
Men
me.
are allowed to cry.
Those headphones are just
no,
loud.
no, that's something that I'm not ashamed of as a man. I can.
That's
cry.
what I'm saying. An
I
example
can cry.
of like.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
being
that's
secure in your
probably the
masculinity.
strongest thing that somebody
It's
can
my
do.
party. I can cry.
But sometimes that's a
Probably
coping
one
mechanism.
of the strongest things that somebody can do because you're just fucking. It's like exhaust. You're just.
I think as a woman,
Let's go to look at it.
I see a man and this is really weird. A man crying is a stronger man to me. Okay,
Because-
well, not if he's faking it because he's a narcissistic psychopath. But
Right.
if he's genuinely crying because he's sad, I think he's stronger because he's not scared to show it. That's just me.
Well, no,
gotta be
honesty
able
is
to
a
show
hard thing.
emotions.
It's very hard. It's easy once it becomes a habit, but it's a very
Yeah.
hard thing to be, especially emotionally honest. Like being honest about what happened and shit. That's easy, at least for someone like me. It's like I'm the truth. I'm honest with people. Being
You are.
emotionally honest with someone is a very hard thing to do.
And I mean, I
like
could be wrong,
sometimes
but-
it's easy to get blocks like that. But
Maybe more so for a man, even. I feel like sometimes, like maybe I could be wrong. I don't know, but
no, I mean
It's
there is
societal,
societal
yes.
there is societal
Fucking
pressure.
A.
Obviously, it's like you're supposed to keep like. But as I said, like that was never like taught in like my family or anything. That you have to keep everything like bottled up. As I said, like that's what I was trying to say earlier when I was talking about like from other cultures. It's like masculinity is viewed in a very different sense. It's like you go to Japan and it's like you keep that shit to yourself. You don't fucking talk about emotion. Period, or you'll make the whole family look weak. It's like
why
they're serious about it, and that's
Yeah.
like masculinity is viewed very differently. And I have to say, I think it's a healthier, more like ascendant view of masculinity. The idea that you don't have to degrade other people, you don't have to be trying to put people down. It's like you can definitely strive to be. You should always be striving to be your best, but also uplift others while you do so.
Exactly.
And that isn't something. That's something that more people are subscribing to, but. Just in general, I feel like it's always been about pure competition, and obviously there's always competition. That's important. Competition's what makes everything better. But
I just feel like from what I've seen personally, that people, I can't talk on this anymore. I feel
get
like
it,
that
it's
people,
trippy.
I feel like majority of people make or coerce men into not having emotion or make fun of you. Like if you get sad, like, you don't make fun of a certain person for crying all the time, and
he's honest. It's
he's honest and he cry. And like, how many times have you been at the bar or anywhere and wanted to just cry right there, but been too scared to? So
Dude.
in my mind, someone who does want to cry, wherever, or who accepts himself for doing so, I think that's
They're more in
a
tune.
stronger thing.
They're
And-
more in tune. They're
I
more in
mean-
tune with themselves, and they're more honest
yeah.
with how they feel. And they're
But I
more,
think especially for men, it's like you
cried
wouldn't
at
look
the
at a
bar
woman.
before.
Me, I drunk cried at the bar the other night.
I
Almost
did
there
too,
too.
but I
But,
was like-
but you don't. You're coping again. But,
cried
but like
at
I
the
feel like
bar
if a man
before.
does it, he gets made more fun of than a woman would for crying at the bar. And I
Yes.
could be wrong. But I feel like from what
I
I've
think
seen,
you're right.
I think a man like would be more made fun of for me. You know,
I'll put it this way: in our society, someone would videotape that shit and put it.
Of
up.
course.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
or make a
Like,
joke
girl,
out of it. or
Like this is one
anything
thing
like
is like the whole drunk girl crying at the bar thing is a very
It's
is like
normal.
that's a very normalized thing. It's
kind
it's
of
a
a
whole
stereotype,
meme.
isn't
Oh,
it?
it's a
It
big
really
stereotype,
is.
and it's a
It
truth.
really is.
It's like
It absolutely.
every girl has been there.
Oh,
And many
yeah.
guys have been there. I've been there. Like I feel like
Yeah.
everyone's had their sad drunk experience. As you said though, at the bar though, it's a whole different thing.
Of
It's like,
course.
you're out in public. It's like as a dude, you cannot just like.
But you
start-
get made more fun of for showing your emotions in any sense, especially that sense, than a woman would.
It shows you about society if you're getting made fun of for your emotional
People
honesty.
are gonna hug me if I go cry in the bar right
know?
now. People are gonna give me a hug, ask me if I'm okay, check on me tomorrow, blah blah blah.
But if
you
I
go cry
go
at the bar right
crying
now,
at the bar-
if y'all cry at the bar right now, you're
Don't
gonna
be
get
a
made fun
bitch.
of. Don't be a bitch. All this other stuff, and that's the truth.
I've always
Let's
said
do an
this. and this-
experiment. I'll cry at the bar.
on.
but
this
no one will
ties
believe you because
into
they think you're
it.
joking. You'll start laughing either way.
This absolutely ties into it though is like I always said, like whenever like a female gets hurt, like a woman gets hurt, people instantly rush and it's the most crazy call, like, oh my god. But like if a guy gets hurt, people just fucking laugh.
Of course.
Like a dude gets hurt and
Absolutely.
people just laugh.
They
Like
do,
it's
and,
funny when
like-
bad shit happens to dudes, but like when certain bad shit happens, the same exact shit will happen to a woman. It's like it's like the worst thing, and everyone goes to like consult. It's just like it's weird. There's standards, you know. It's obviously
What's
double
therapeutic
standards.
to
You know?
me to
People
hear like
falling over is funny.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's
but not
everybody,
people like
though.
falling over dying. But like it's
Yes.
therapeutic to me to hear your story because it's like, and I don't ever. Whenever I say something, I say it in my own personal experience.
Yeah.
I don't say it in a way of like, I posted something on I don't argue on Facebook, but I did post something the other night and I was like, some guy like posted something, he's like, fuck you, I was like, fuck you, like whatever. But to hear another side of the story, like I don't think that men don't go through things.
Right.
But to hear someone else who can kind of relate to something, especially of the opposite sex, it makes you more empathetic towards them. And people want to always bring someone down at their worst. There's always somebody who's gonna be like, "Oh, you're crying through. Let me videotape you. Oh, your ex did this to you. Well,
Oh my
maybe you
God.
shouldn't have been so weak. Maybe you should."
Right.
This
When
is,
I,
get told
when
this
I
all the
tell
time.
other
Yeah.
guys sometimes that I was in an abusive relationship and she was
They make
abusing me,
fun of you.
they go, "What the fuck do you mean she was abusing you?"
Yeah.
It's
Beat the
hard
shit out of her.
when
but
you're
what
when
the
you're in
fuck
love.
do you
Yeah.
mean?
When you're
Beat
in
the shit
love,
out
it's
of her.
so
I love her.
hard.
You fucking
Exactly.
idiot.
You're
Like,
trying to make. You think it's you, and you're trying to make it work. It's like
Trauma bonding.
You're like, it can work. You're like, it can work. It's me. I can just adjust this, and it'll work. It's like
It's
I can
so
work
hard
on
to
my
get out
stuff.
of it.
and
Someday
I
I
can
can
do it.
get through to her and
Someday I'll be
she'll
good enough.
stop and
That
she'll
just
listen
won't
to
work.
reason.
Here's a question for you because I feel like
Okay.
we have a lot in common whenever it comes to this shit. Do you feel like the tiniest part of you, some little sense of you, and if you don't go, I do. So that's why I'm asking you. Wishes this person would change you, the person they lied to you about being, or like wishes
Yeah.
that if she called you right now and was like, I'm a completely different person, I would love you and I would do all this. How hard is it for you to stay away from that possibility?
Here's what I can say. I am not confident that if she were to change tomorrow and I'd have proof of it and she's like on a stage somewhere and she's like different and being all smiley to people and being nice and kind and shit, I'm not confident that I wouldn't fucking want to be with her again.
Yo, you just made me. You've helped me more than once in my life now because that's exactly. I read
not
those
crazy.
I read those messages to you
Yeah.
just today. I got told I would love you. I would show you love, and part of me wants so. You
Okay,
don't know what it
because-
took.
Well, that's
what
here's
it
what I-
takes
that's the string
to
you
call
along.
somebody. But that's
to
the
keep
trauma
them
bonding.
coming
But that's the
back.
trauma bonding
It's-
and the gaslighting and the love bombing.
So wait.
It takes everything on this earth. You have no idea. Maybe you might. I'm sorry, but when I say it's sickening
So-
how bad you want to go back to this
Right.
person.
Now, that being said, my question to you is that having happened, knowing the person they used to be, how they're not that anymore,
And they've always
does
promised you
it
this.
feel like somebody has died?
I feel like I want part of myself to die because
No,
of it.
do you feel like that old person is dead? Do you feel like this new weird person is here?
I want to feel like that person
And
isn't
the
exist anymore.
last person that they used to be is like dead. It's like you lost the person that you love the most because they're not acting like that person anymore. Like that old
You want to
person.
know a quote I heard the other day? So yes.
You know what I mean? That's how I kind of feel.
You've
It's like
you fell in love with the person they pretended to be, but who they pretended
Yeah.
to be was you.
right.
So don't.
Oh my
Do you hear what I just said?
I'll
say it again.
That was deep
You
as
fell
shit.
in love with the person they pretended to be, but who they pretended to be was you. So love yourself. And that
Right.
shit. When I say I broke the fuck down, why do you think
That-
how I was yesterday was because of that quote right there. I read that. I was like, wow. Like I've literally been back and forth and back and forth. I let this man back into my life. This man has done some fucked up shit to me. Literally today, it's your fault. You deserve to act right. Da-da-da. And I get it. Then that's why I was asking because I was like, I'm not crazy. Like I want
No.
this person to be the illusion of my leg tattoo of who they pretended to be.
You want them
they
to
pretended to
be
be
the person
me.
you fell in love
So
with.
I love myself, and I just don't like. How do you?
Right.
You don't realize who you are until you see that this person pretended to be exactly what you wanted, and exactly what you are to
Right.
get you.
You know how you get rid of them? Give me $1,500.
I don't have that right now because I overdrafted my bank account. by a
What are
lot
you
last
gonna do with
night.
$1,500?
None of your fucking
but
business.
You think you could?
I don't want it done. But that's the problem. I don't
That's
want anything to happen to
not
them
enough
because it
money.
feels
There's a
guilt.
possibility that
I
in
don't
your
want
back
to
of
get
your
rid of them.
mind,
In the back of my mind, there's always gonna be a possibility. Always.
It'll all get
I
fixed.
hope. I hope
you
it goes
gave
away.
all the
straighten up his
But there's
act.
a possibility that he's gonna really truly change because I'm gonna see this man with another woman, which I've done before, and it's gonna kill me. it's going to fucking kill me inside. And I'll see him treating them exactly as he treated me at first, and exactly as he treated me the second, third, 27th time he came back. Before he started doing that shit. I'm going to see that. And so in the back of my mind, there's always going to be something that's like, this man created an illusion of love, but he was creating an illusion. He was showing me myself when he was lying to me. And that's like, so now that was my biggest thing of like, wow, and I started thinking about this quote I just said, he pretended to be the person, he pretended to be you. You were the person, you loved him because he pretended to be you. So you loved yourself without even knowing it. And so you want to treat yourself like I treated him with, I gave this motherfucker everything. And he told me it was my fault. You know what? It is my fault for allowing that to happen and not seeing that and continuously letting it happen. But at the same time, you get in these, it's like people addicted to drugs. You're addicted to this behavior. You're addicted to someone come
Even
back.
if
You're
you know
addicted
it's
to
bad,
love.
it's like
You
it
do.
still makes you feel good for the short time.
Because they
and
give
need,
you-
you
yeah.
need what you're getting
Dollar
from
bill,
it.
Cash App, Dr. Sanman.
I don't, but I want the person to die.
I didn't say anything about
I
them
don't.
dying.
I don't even want that person to hurt.
They won't hurt.
No, you want the.
Why would
'cause
you want that?
Because
You
I'm
know,
not. We're decent
why
humans.
would
You're
you want
hoping it
that?
gets better because you genuinely care.
Because
You're
you
hoping
genuinely
that
can't-
one day they will in the
Exactly.
same way.
I'm going to
You
hold him
can't
down and read
understand
poetry
it.
to him.
I can't understand that mindset of
That would
wanting to
kill
hurt
him.
someone. I can't understand the mindset of being that person. So I don't. You don't get what it's like to be like that because you can't fathom that because you're not that type of person.
You would never be that.
You're decent. And if you sometimes in the heat of arguments, we all say fucked up shit. We
Yeah.
all yell, we all scream. I've said some really bad things to somebody, but it's not a constant, continuous, reciprocal motion. It's something I'm like, oh my god, I did this. I'm so sorry. Like I feel bad. You
That's
genuinely
different
feel bad
because
And then
sometimes
it's
people
different.
make mistakes, and
Of
that's
course.
important.
But
to
you
like
don't do it on a
recognize.
regular basis. You don't feed off that. You don't like
If it's a pattern, it's a pattern,
exactly. If
and
it's a
that's
pattern,
like the
you're
one
a
thing in life.
narcissistic, psychopathic, fucking.
Don't ask me why, but
fucktard.
my brain is very wired to see patterns. That's like the only thing that I see very,
Exactly.
very well in everything, from mathematical patterns to everything. I see patterns all the fucking time, and
Why are you laughing?
'Cause that was
some people, it's weird because they don't I guess people's brains are wired differently. They're just set up and they don't see whether it's just so easy sometimes to fool yourself and to like fall into a pattern and think that everything's perfect. when-
Narcissistic pattern are to. Narcissists are the very few psychological, neurological people who are not born. They're made. They can be born that way, but they are most narcissists and psychopaths are in a sense made because of some childhood trauma. And this is, I mean, not all of them, but majority are made because of some childhood trauma or something they want to face. Or they've seen and followed certain patterns of other people, so they become this person. They know something's wrong, but they're so used to deflecting. That's your narcissist. But they get so used to deflecting shit and like and using that pattern of behavior and treatment. You're not a narcissist, but I'm just saying like that. Your deflection went a whole other direction, but narcissists are made because they don't want to face and see things, and they take the world as they were treated at one time.
Sanman is utterly fucking
and
baffled.
it's everyone else's fault.
Always, no matter what.
This is how you know a narcissist. Right here, simple fact. Have you ever heard them apologize?
Yes,
Is that it?
yes,
Yeah.
Is that it right
yes.
there? Is that the one thing?
If they want their supply back, because you are a supply to I'm as much of a drug
I've
to a
heard
narcissist as they are to me.
Apologies.
Okay, but
I've-
everyone knows, like, you know it isn't.
They apologize, but they're not
I've
sorry
never
for what they
gotten a
did to you. They're
sincere
sorry that they
apology,
lost. They're sorry that they lost their supply.
Their
They
hold on
feed
you
off
or-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not sorry for treating you like shit. They're not sorry for beating your ass. They're not sorry for the abuse. They're sorry that you learned the truth about them, and they're sorry that you.
Saw this part of
They're
that
sorry
you shouldn't
that
have seen.
they didn't, their manipulation and you didn't work enough to fucking. They mismanipulated you. Their plans went awry with you. So they're sorry that they
Made a
weren't
mistake.
They weren't able to
but they're-
fucking
not
control
the
you.
mistake of treating you like shit or abusing you or beating
Yeah,
your ass.
they-
Or treating you like
their game
they're
slipped.
sorry that they slipped up on their game to where you realized who they were and you left them and you were not giving them what they want anymore, because what narcissists want is to feed off of your sadness, your insecurities. If
Yeah.
you don't have it, they prey on innocent
Yeah.
people, or they prey on empathetic people. They prey on
Yeah.
all that. Narcissists.
I will say the empathetic, dude. they're like vampires to empathetic
Succubi.
people. Is that's it? It's
Exactly.
like they see it from like a distance, and it's like, oh, they're gullible. Like I'm
And
gonna
they
be able
prey
to
off
hone
that.
in on that. I'm gonna be able to take that emotional
Exactly.
energy, and I can take it so easily. Like,
And they take.
it's fucking wild.
You tell them one thing about you, like for example, I was, long
That'll
story
be their
short,
thing.
being raped at a young age. I told this person about this. So guess what? Whenever I started catching on to shit, like whenever I would be like, see his ways, he'd be like, "Oh, it's your fault you got raped. It's this." So they prey off that. So they return that to you because you want to feel like, because that was your most vulnerable moment. Your vulnerabilities are the equivalent of putting gas in your car. As soon as they don't know your vulnerabilities, as soon as they're not, they won't. They have if they. You,
Are they
but then
unfriend you on
they make you
Facebook?
question yourself.
you of course.
They make you
Oh my
question your
god! You know how many
experience.
times?
They
You know how
make
many
you
times I'm like,
question things
what's
that
wrong with
you
me? I
shouldn't
hate
have
myself.
to.
There have been times I've not wanted to, like, literally not crying. I've been through this enough to like, I'm okay with talking about it. When I lived with this man, I literally tried to drown myself one time because I wanted to die because of this way he would make you question yourself, because I'm like, okay, something's wrong with me. Maybe I did deserve to get raped. What'd I do? Da-da-da. So I remember laying in the bathroom and I was like, I'm done. Like, I wanted to die. But then I was like, okay, I don't want to die. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, I just came up. But anyways, they do. They make you question yourself to a point. A very good narcissist, covert or not, will make you think that everything is against you. To the point of,
It's
like, your friends hate you.
warfare.
It's awful.
It's psychological warfare, and it's the most easy way
And
to do it because
everyone
they don't
hates you.
sit-
And
That sounds like America to me.
I mean, I'll put it this:
America isn't resisting.
it's so much easier to do with someone's mind, especially when you know their vulnerabilities, because people are very empathetic
Exactly.
and they'll share that because they want to share that, they want to be close to someone, so they'll give all these things and they
Of
use that
course.
against you, and they build this whole, as you said, they build all these defenses against you, why everything's your fault, and how
But it's,
everything is terrible.
they make you. But then they love bomb you. And what was the quote? You
I'm
fell in
the
love with
only
it,
one who make
pretended
you
to be.
feel
So
like
you
this,
fell in
you
love
know?
with yourself. They mimic you and what you want. So you're like, you feel comfortable giving this person all this information, all this stuff. And the minute they have that, their tank is full. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna
it
get in and
against
they're
you.
gonna go for a fucking drive, and they're gonna fill up their tank with your fucking insecurities and your problems and everything. Like, anything that happened to you, like, I tell you stories like, I don't know if y'all, I'm not just getting this embarrassing story now, but like, anything embarrassing at all that happens to you, anything that's bad at all, they prey on that and like use it against you. Oh, well, no one wants you because of this. This dude told me one time, well, everyone at work tells me they don't want to be around you, they don't want to work with you because of this. No, son. I'm sorry, but that's not, I mean, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But you know the fucked up part
that?
is, they'll be like, well, because of all these people, like, you start to believe that. You don't know who it is. You start, because they tell you it, so they
they plant
believe.
seeds of doubt.
Exactly. And they fertilize those seeds
I'm so
with
glad
your
I'm
own
not
insecurities.
fuck.
It's insane to be in a narcissistic, abusive relationship. Long story short, I've been going to counseling for a while because I feel better because of this
Good.
shit.
I mean, that's my
But
thing. I'm glad that you
it's-
are, because everyone
It's
deserves.
insane to be
I've
with
never
someone like
had
that.
any.
You should. Everybody
It's
should get
insane.
counseling.
I don't
Everybody
feel
should
like I
talk to
need it.
somebody.
Of course.
I
Well,
don't
this is
feel
it right
fucked
here
up
now.
about it to
This
the
is
point
this
where I
counts
need
just
it.
as good.
It
This is
absolutely-
just as good, if not better.
Oh,
in
I say
some
by
certain
Ben and I
forms.
I haven't been in a while, but after dude and I broke up, I went to counseling for several months because I was like, I literally want to die.
Yeah,
No
it's like,
joke.
it's like no, it's
You
like
wanna know-
everything seems better than living in the state
I
that you're
swear
in.
to God, the only thing that kept me going was coming to work. And that sounds crazy, and everyone has their coping.
Yeah.
But that was it. Like, I was like, I've got to work. And this dude told me one time, he was like, if you don't have to work tomorrow, I'd kill you right now, because then people would miss you. And I thought about that, and I was like,
God
you know what?
damn.
And now I have to go to work because I don't want him to kill me. So I used to come to work just because of that, what he said to me. Because I was like, if I have to work tomorrow, he won't hurt me. I'm not joking. So, like, you learn how to cope with this shit, but people out there have things like this that happen.
dude's a cocksucker.
And I hear these same stories, and I'm like,
I've heard some.
I know,
I'm glad
I
I'm
know,
not the only
I know
person.
this fucking dude.
you do. We all do. But I'm not putting it out there. But,
You don't have.
and you know, the
to.
fucked up part is, like you said, and you made me feel a lot better about myself just now, because you still have some sick part of you that thinks,
that they're gonna
I
change and
love
they're gonna
this
come
person.
back.
I'm
calling
addicted.
up
It's
and
like being addicted. I don't know what like being addicted to crack is like, but what people describe it as, like, it's like being addicted to a drug that you have to give up, and it's still there. Like, someone's still waving this
Oh my
bag in
God,
front of your
she-
face,
but
like, you'll be fine.
She was my first real relationship. She was my first
Yeah.
real, actual, like,
Damn.
long-term relationship where I could actually say that I was in love with somebody.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, maybe you feel this power behind it. It's like they made you feel this way, and nothing has ever made you feel this way.
Right.
Of
whenever
course.
love.
Exactly.
So,
Because they mimicked you.
Because
and now you're afraid you'll never feel that again because
yes.
they
Because I
have
have
been planting
Yo,
seeds of doubt. They've been
you just
planting
touched
seeds-
on my
head.
They've been planting seeds
I
of doubt
have-
your
there's
entire
an idea.
relationship.
Yes.
They've been planting seeds of doubt about why you're not good enough for
Right.
anyone else, and they
But
were
check
so
it out.
good to
I
accept
can read your
it.
message from 2 hours ago.
But there's an
Yes.
It's
idea
like, I was
that's
so
been
good to
planted
accept
into my
because
head
no one
of
accepted
what
your
love looks
damaged
like.
goods.
I just
and-
got called damaged goods before I
Bro,
got here.
I'm telling
Oh
you,
my
like,
God.
it's the same.
That's
I'm here to
just fucked
fix
up.
you. I can fix you.
It's
You
like,
need to
no.
be fixed.
That's
No.
fucked up.
It's
it's
so
true.
fucked up.
But that,
Literally,
but that's
like-
not. That's not.
Isn't it nice to hear someone fucking
are
In
the
my
only
head,
person
I know
who
it's not
fixes
true,
you.
but I still feel it.
Because
Right.
you've been taught to feel it.
But see, the deal
it's
is,
because you've been conditioned.
It's such a contradicting, hypocritical thing that goes on inside my head every single day, and maybe yours too. I feel like you understand this because you get. Keep going. I just want to read
well,
messages. Fuck
what
it.
on top
It's
of
just-
what you said about you just said it.
What was the
2
phrasing
minutes, 2
of it?
minutes
Sorry.
ago. 2 minutes ago, you said it.
Shit, I
That
wanted
they
to-
basically
messages.
say that they are so good to accept you, your damaged goods, and that no one would ever accept you. They plant these seeds of doubt of why
No,
you're so
of
bad.
the
and that
reason why
you
that,
don't
that
deserve
because
to
You
have
were
how
broken
good-
severely when I met you. You were broken severely when I met you. I tried to mend you and almost destroyed myself in the process. So that's
fuck ever.
Oh, this is
Is this
at
Full Metal
3:07.
Alchemist? Is this
at
fucking
3:07
Goku over
PM
here
today.
about to like fuck up the spirit
I said-
bomb? Are you kidding me right now?
This
Spirit
is
bomb
3:07
Goku about to
today.
drop the shit. Like,
I was
oh
like,
my god.
You didn't try to make blah blah blah. So of course, so I'm like, fuck you. I fucking hate you. Oh
Hold on,
no
it's
no
not even
no.
done. It's like,
Oh no, I can like go on and on and on in this thread. Like, let's read messages of a narcissistic
and then you know
relationship.
this is his fucked up thing is like somehow that him being in this struggle makes it better for him. It's like I'm trying to understand it. This is me really trying to
I
get the
can
narcissist.
understand it.
It's like, okay, so they're trying to get in this point of view where it's like they're the victim really, and they're putting
think
up
they
with
are.
they're putting up with what they consider spousal abuse somehow. You know, it's like they're the ones who are really fucking me over. They embarrass me. They do this. They do this. They do this. They're. Oh my god. I don't even know. It's hard to get into even that like frame of mind because it's
I
so
remember
fucked.
what I was on top of what you were saying is that people like that they gave you what you were looking for. No one's ever given you that before. I have an idea in my head about what love looks like, and she was the person who gave me what that matched
Because
up
that's
to
what
that
you would
idea.
give.
Exactly.
They
There's-
mirrored. As
they
you said, they
mimicked you.
mirrored what
Right.
you needed.
And
they
you
saw
fell
that.
in love with yourself
Exactly.
without even knowing
An
it.
empathetic psychopath.
But see, that's
They
why
use the
you
empathy.
feel like
against
you'll
you,
never
like,
find
I
it
can
again.
Tune into that. That's their insecurity. Boom! I got this person. They're on lock. Boom.
What's up, Sanman?
I just wanted to know, you said that this. I don't love anybody more than me. How does that happen?
Anybody what?
There's nobody that I love more than me, so I don't understand how
Well, then I don't expect
know-
you to understand this. You might be a narcissist. You might actually qualify. Go get your head checked real quick. Go get your coconut checked out. Get that noggin knocked on a little bit.
I ain't talking to nobody.
All right, I ain't
Okay,
talking
but
to
thanks
nobody.
for my son, sperm donor. I hope you got what you wanted, piece of shit. Also, keep dreaming if you ever think I'm letting him sleep over at your house. Also, don't ever talk to me again. I don't need you or your toxic ass anywhere near me or my son.
Dude, see, I like this. You're my
know what I
therapy
mean?
session right now for real. And
Like,
so is
she
God
says
knows
the
yours.
most fucked up shit.
I
and
write
it,
this shit
and it
down
gets
and I
the
keep
kind of shit that you
You want to
just
play
you know
some
what I
games?
mean?
Because I do this shit. This is why I keep it wrong.
Can I
Because
ask
I
you a
lose my
question? This is serious shit. I've had some. When I was doing my little thing, of course we didn't have the Facebook or you could do it instantly or whatever. But I just don't play that shit.
What if you're a narcissist?
What if me? I don't
You might
understand.
be. Of course, narcissists don't.
All I'm saying, if someone wrote me some bullshit like that, I wouldn't even respond. I'll give you an example. The young lady that makes my soap, we're supposed to be making it together, but she makes it and I send her money. So for some reason, I said, okay, I don't have the money now that I owe you. I'm going to send it to you as soon as I can. And then she texts me back saying I did her dirty and all this and this and that. And if I ever do her dirty again, we're not doing any business. We're not going to do anything together.
Did
And
you
I
do her
said,
dirty?
I did not.
Why did she think you did?
Well, hold on. Let me finish. I said I sent her a text back that says I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. And the best way to fix this is I'm going to give you the money that I owe you, and we don't do business anymore because I'm too old for this kind of bullshit. I said what we had was cool, but
That's excellent.
Yeah, I don't. I'm too old for this shit.
That is the healthiest
you're
and
asking
best
why
way
we-
to cut somebody
absolutely.
off. You're paying to get rid of them, and that is the best.
And
thing
you know what
can
she did?
do.
She texted me back and said, "I'm sorry. I had a bad day. Please, I don't want to end our relationship. Da 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 da. I got all the soap you need. Just whenever you're ready to pay me, it's all good." And when people come at me like that, I mean,
So your question is, why do we take it?
I don't know. I just
I can answer
No,
the
no,
question.
but
I know
I
why I,
think
take
it's-
it.
I do too.
no. I'm just saying it's like
I
to
can
me.
answer that question.
Your hope.
I know it's like, y'all got me thinking, and like I said, this is white people shit, blah 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 blah. I understand everything. I got that degree or whatever. I understand everything you're saying, but can you imagine? I've been in jail. I almost had a fucking stroke in jail because I didn't understand why I was in jail. There was no reason for me to be there. So anyway, I get out of jail. I gotta go somewhere else to get my shit. I don't have any money. I begged the bus driver to let me on the bus for free to go here. And then I was just sitting in this place waiting for this place to open. I got no money. They're all eating and shit. And I just looked at this dude and I said, "Man, I got no money, man. Can you help me out?" And the guy gave me $10. Right? He said, "Get you something to eat, da da da," which I did. I got something to eat. I jumped on the bus. I got my shit together. I get home. My house is broken into, and my fucking coin collection that I've been dragging around for 40 fucking years at the time. So I went in the shower. I took a shower, and I fucking literally cried. I fucking didn't understand why. Man, what the fuck? And then I realized. I said,
What the fuck is that?
I said that.
Never mind.
That I told myself that faith is like a muscle, and you have to exercise that muscle all the time in order
Faith
for
in
it.
what though?
Let me finish, because faith can be whatever your faith is. You can have it in whatever. And I said faith is like a muscle, and this is what I said to myself. I mean, I'm in the shower crying because I don't got no money. My house is ramsacked. I'm sorry about that. My house is ramsacked, and I'm just like. I don't even know. Damn, I just got out of jail for 2 months. My house is broken into, and I'm like, what? And I didn't even tell anybody this has happened to me for like a month afterwards. But anyway, I said, I can't fuck this. I have to live. I don't want to be homeless. I gotta fucking live. And I got up out of the shower and I was gonna get dressed to do something. And that's when I found those $35. And then I said, well, fuck, I can go get some flowers and I can go to work, because I live my life by two things, and I don't give a fuck. These two things I live my life by. Be kind to strangers, for in doing so, many have entertained angels unaware. Yes. And then I live by faith without works is dead. I mean, I can go and pray every fucking day.
Faith without works is dead.
What does that mean?
That's in the Bible.
I just don't know.
Okay, listen, let me explain it to you.
Please.
One time, my sister wanted a job, and we needed her to work because we were in a situation. And so I saw her in her room praying, "Oh, God, please give me a job, please, please." So I went and knocked on the door. And when she ran, she said, I said, "It's a job." They come to people's door all the time. That's how it operates. You go and pray and job just comes to the door. You don't get a fucking job unless you go out and work and fucking make that shit happen. I mean, me selling sand gear and the guy coming and buying $200 worth of sand gear the other day and me selling that shit, that doesn't happen unless I make it happen. I have faith in myself.
That's an absolute
I've
fact.
always
You built the brand.
respected your fucking hustle.
You built the brand.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
It is organically happening.
Nothing. I don't know why. I'm getting ready to cry because I'm emphatic about how I feel about this kind of shit. I don't see failure, and I've had a lot of failure. I'm going through it, and that's one thing that I love about Islam. It taught me that I'm a light. It made me understand that I'm a light, and you can put that door in front of the light, but it's gonna go around the side. It's gonna go under. It's gonna
But
go.
you're gonna get it.
I'm going.
You're creeping up in there.
Yeah,
somehow.
I'm coming.
Absolutely.
and I don't. I just. That's just the way I feel.
And you do. I love your
and
effort.
and it's
I
like
respect it.
I've been in relationships. If I'm in a relationship, I don't want to be where I'm not wanted. And if you don't want me in the
Right.
fucking relationship, I can look at the signs and I'm gonna say, "What's up?" And if it ain't happening, I don't give a fuck how I love you, man. I'm gonna chop that fucking shit off, wham, and I'm moving on.
And see, I
It's
wish I would
easier
have
for
done
some.
myself like that, and I love that because what's hard playing on that, like maybe you can understand, Adam. It's like I feel that way about myself, but I also don't understand when I love someone so deeply and so much, how that person can treat me, because I can't fathom treating someone as bad as I've been treated.
Right.
So I think in my head, well, that person must be so hurt. They must be so sad. Something must have hurt them so bad. So I want to help them. I want to be there. I want to.
What
I want
hurts
to
so
forgive everything.
Someone
what
told me
hurts so
something.
bad is the preface that the whole preface of you guys being in the same situation at all is that you love each other.
Exactly.
The whole
And
idea.
They don't love you.
Someone told me, they said, God, whatever you think it is, he doesn't act on emotion. He has emotion. Why did he put people through slavery? Why did he do this? I probably don't believe in God the way that you think, because I think it's
True,
a
we did have this conversation.
So anyway, but if you look at it as mathematics, it makes it alive. And so, I forgot what I was talking about. Hold on. No, I was just saying that I'm just talking about my faith and how strong that I believe, and I don't see failure. And we were talking about relationships, and I just don't want to be. If you don't want to be with me, fuck it, I'm done.
No, I get it. It's like,
and that includes from my family down. I don't give a fuck if I don't. I mean, if like whatever. Okay, say, hey, I don't care. If you don't want to be around me, I don't need nobody. And like Adam said, I was saying something. No, the difference between a man and a boy is a man is independent. He stands on his own. He doesn't need anybody for anything. That doesn't mean he doesn't get whatever. But a boy depends on someone to help him out, to do this and that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, from my lifestyle or whatever that's happened in my life, I don't have nobody. And even though I got family, whatever, to me, I'm independent and I don't have anyone, and I stand on my own and I do whatever I got to do. Fuck, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if I got to die alone, whatever. I'm going to be that independent, whatever. And if I need to have a child or whatever, I just separate.
It matters more than anything. Sanman, right.
I can't believe y'all didn't get that.
Some of us don't want to be alone.
If I want
I can be alone. I'm independent too.
I'll separate.
I heard what you said.
That I ignored. Everything
That's
else.
Why I was like,
that's why we ignored
See,
it.
as long as if we ignore your coping mechanism,
Quit deflecting on that
coping mechanism.
That beautiful thing you just said.
Exactly.
And that deflection
and
you put right at the end.
Ooh, we're gonna get in Sanman's head tonight.
No.
Because you want to deflect on shit, but we know you
I
can't
don't even know what deflection means. I didn't deflect. That was funny.
You're doing it right now.
I'll put it that way.
Funny.
As you said, you feel your big thing is you take pride in the fact of your independence, which is extremely important and very admirable, I will say.
I'm free.
I'm very independent
yes,
too.
you do what you fucking want to do.
But some independent people
and
don't want to be
that matters
alone.
more than anything else. Period.
You know
Am
what
I
I
right?
always
Does it matter
want?
more than anything else? Yes. I'm the same way in that sense. It's like me and like being able to do what I want to do matters more than anything else. It's not because I just want to do like crazy shit or anything. It's just like the idea that I'm free and don't have the obligation. Like I understand certain things change. Like when you have kids and things like that, you have your obligations and your instincts just kind of change and your whole life oriented in just a certain way. You're like, that's where it all goes. That's where the shit shifts. And I haven't gotten to that point yet. So I'm very much. I want to see myself grow. I want to see me and Steph grow, and I want to see the future just
No
get
room
better.
for any other bullshit.
Can I ask you a
That's
question?
just it. I just want to cut the bullshit out.
Me too.
I want to do what I want and cut out the
But there's
fucking
some of us.
bullshit.
I had a conversation with Elle a while back, and she I felt like she got mad at me because she was like, "What?" We were having this conversation about like, "What do you want out of life?" And I was like, "Not to not be alone." So some of us, I'm independent as fuck. I moved out when I was 16 years old. I haven't been back home since I was 10. I've made it somehow, always. I'm independent as fuck, and I appreciate that, and I want that. But the one thing, whenever Elle said, "What do you want out of life?" To not be alone. I want to share it with somebody. So some of us want that so bad, and that's why I think that a lot of people that get into the position that I was in, or maybe Adam was in. I don't know about, I'm not speaking for you, but speaking possibly, is that we want so badly to share. We have so much inside of us that we want to share it so badly with someone else that we want to make anyone that person, and we want to believe the illusions, and it's very difficult. And that's why we get in situations where we take so much shit. Because we so badly, maybe we're independent, we can do everything for ourselves, but we don't want to be. I personally, maybe I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but like I don't want to be alone. I want to go home to myself tonight, but I don't want to be like my biggest goal in life isn't about my success or my money. What I want more of anything in life is to have somebody to come to dance with, come hang out with, come go on trips with. I don't family or not. I want somebody else that I can go home to every night and have a great time with. more than I want anything on earth. That's what I want. So
That's
I try
the
to create
ultimate
that.
ride.
And I try to create, like, I pretend like there's red flags that are waving on an amusement park, and I go there and have a good time. And those red fucking flags I see,
just let them
come
go.
ride the
I
roller
don't do
coaster. Because
that.
I want something, and not everyone wants it. So that's a difference. And nothing
also,
wrong, but
I think some of that is also gender driven. I think a lot of times females are genetically, they've been wired. I mean, it's a certain thing. It's like men, they are able to put out 1 million loads a day. And I hate to be like that crass about it, and that's why some men don't crave. Some men don't crave companionship like that.
Exactly.
They just don't.
I absolutely.
You know what I
agree with
mean?
what you're
That's just what it comes down to. It's like they can separate the sex.
It makes
from,
sense.
They can separate the sex from the
companionship.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I just don't think, and it's obviously it's generalizations I'm speaking in, but a lot of times females just aren't wired that way.
You're
It's
very
like,
right.
It's like because
You're
you want
absolutely
it.
correct.
You want someone
At least
to
my
love
person.
and understand you so much,
I have
and just
no
to be
desire
that
for
person.
sex with anyone right now because I've had a lot of sex in my life with a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons, and now that I've gotten all that out of the way, I'm like, I don't give.
Boring.
But
It's the
there's
emotional
about a
connection.
5-minute window of me wanting to have sex with someone or not. I don't know who this conversation with, but like literally like last night I was like, I want to just
Balls to
get
the wall.
rammed.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready. And
Did she
it
really
took
say get
I did.
rammed?
And
What's wrong with
Just
that?
be real
but
about it.
happens. But then like 5 minutes later, I was like,
Eh.
like, that's the truth. But I have no desire. I think men's desire is more like physical. And now after everything, I've had my share. I'm done. There's nothing you can do to me that hasn't been done to me already, except give me that
Love
mental
you.
connection. So I don't want anything new anymore. And if I do it, I want it for maybe 5 minutes. I want you to leave. Like that's that. And until you give me that mental connection, I don't care. I don't. I think men's, from what I've seen, is more physical. And there's been a couple times in my life I've been with a man who, mentally and sexually we've connected, and then he won't leave me alone because I don't have the sexual. I don't have that's the truth. Like I've been with men who won't leave me the fuck alone because he felt the mental connection I didn't. So I get how men felt with women sometimes, but I'm like, I don't.
I'd say it's 70-30 for both genders. Like
Yeah.
70% generality, then 30% kind of is like more the other way.
I have
That's
no
what my older
desire
brother told me I was
at
gonna
all.
be gay.
Here's another quote. I think I want a relationship and I'm just gonna go masturbate and I don't anymore. It's the truth.
You know what?
I have a
I feel that
question,
way
though.
about the mother of my son.
But
like that's
try it.
real.
Yeah, that's a good thing
It's
now.
real.
That's
next time you think that
Because
you want to
as
like
human
relationship,
beings,
you
we
think
desire shit.
you want to just go create a mental image in your head. Go fuck yourself, literally.
Yeah.
And you won't want that person anymore.
People think they're
That's
doing
the
something wrong
best-
though when they're masturbating.
The best advice I've ever been told in getting out of a fucked up relationship was every time you think of them, go fuck yourself, and I promise you won't anymore.
That's real.
All right, can I ask you a question?
That's real.
Now, you see
Yeah.
me cry. Do you think I'm stronger?
You're only asking me that because you want sexual diversion. Do I think you're stronger? No, but I think you might have cried just because you wanted me to see you in a different way, not because you were sad.
I
think you might be slightly.
746.
You might be a covert narcissist.
I was
2 hours,
I was
1 minute.
emphatic about my situation when I was explaining
Keep
how
going,
I
little one.
feel.
So you,
And-
how
and
then?
I-
Why
and-
would you ask me that question? You want to talk about narcissism?
I was being
We always
silly.
fight when we talk, Sanman.
We do. Why do we do that?
Because that's the
because
language that you
you're
understand
silly.
each other in.
Because you're
That's
silly
all it
and you
comes
say
down to.
You know
shit.
what?
And I
The
will
same
say,
reason that
is the same
Landon
reason
stopped
that I get
talking
angry.
on the last fucking
that's the same
podcast.
reason that I get angry at you sometimes when we're talking is because I'm like in a really serious point, and then you literally come in with something that you think
You
is
take-
funny,
exactly.
and you
Yo.
make fun of the entire thing by putting your spin on it to like make a joke out of it. And it's like that's not a joke. I don't know why you had to go in and just like fuck
Alright,
with the
I'm
whole
not
vibe
gonna
on
do
that.
it anymore.
I'm not
Holding
mad.
back
I'm not
emotions.
mad. Like I'm not mad. I'm just explaining to you why I felt this way the last time we did the podcast, and I got so fucking angry. It was just like I'm really talking about some shit that everyone apparently wanted to hear, but you had to like just interject something funny for no reason and just totally distract me and just take me out of the zone. It was like, all right, then fuck it. It's not serious apparently.
You remember what he's
You
talking
took the
about?
seriousness out
I
of
thought
it.
he was talking about when
and
I said
it's
kumbaya.
disrespectful.
Narcissism.
Yeah.
It's like
But
it's
that's
like I love you,
because
bro.
you laugh.
Fuck. It's like,
Okay,
it's
but
sometimes
you
it's
gotta
very
understand.
inspiring.
I apologize for my problem last time. Well,
Every
my
day.
problem was last time is I was
Why are you
being
apologizing for your problem?
because I had a
Because you're
problem.
used to doing it.
No,
I saw
not like a
him- I saw
problem.
him
Like
make
the
you
I
angry.
was doing something that was problematic,
I said kumbaya to try to do
which was while he was talking last time while he was talking about Palestine.
They were talking about Israel Palestine. They were like,
I was filling a beer bottle with shrimp tails and making stupid fucking faces at the camera, and I ended up busting out laughing at a really terrible point. Like right when he was talking about a guy sending his like kid out to die or some shit, right? Yeah. And then I apologized for it because I wasn't even paying attention. I felt like shit.
I sang Kumbaya.
Stop, man.
But you're not telling the story correct.
Yes,
hold on. Just like let him continue.
Okay.
Because you didn't sing Kumbaya to laughter.
Anyway, hold on. We don't even focus on the Kumbaya. Continue what you were saying about the shrimp tails.
I did that, and then I busted out laughing at a bad point in the story, at the worst point you could ever laugh at. The worst thing.
Yeah.
It's because I was not
bad
paying.
timing.
It's because I wasn't paying attention.
It's bad timing.
It's because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to be funny, and I wasn't talking. I just was doing something visual that And fucking what happened was, I buzzed out laughing. He got mad, and I apologized immediately, and like he kept talking, and right as soon as he started to talk again and continue his point, Sanman comes with Kumbaya, my lord.
I meant no disrespect. I thought I was
But
trying
it's
to
distracting. It's like you're trying to get on some shit and you start singing Kumbaya.
Well,
it's like,
I don't
bro,
remember. The way I remember it happened, he hadn't apologized yet, and I was just trying to say, all right, just Kumbaya, let's chill out and get back to the subject because I was 100% interested in the topic as well.
Right. No, I know. I just that's. But I mean, I remember from what I remember, that's how it went down.
Perception is everything, and I did not. I had no intention of making anybody mad or distracting anyone.
Well, I think that's then something that we have to think about on this show is because we're dealing with other people, especially because it's on like other people are listening to it that aren't here. We have to be especially empathetic of what other people are saying and how it's being heard is really what it matters. It's not even about how we're hearing it. It's about how other people are hearing it. Because that changes the whole tone of something.
Absolutely.
Even though we're here and we were saying the tone, it totally misinterprets it. And I guess that's my
And we
entire
know
point.
each other. We know our intentions are
Yeah.
bad, but
And
we
that's
can
why
say
I watched
something
this
that
show.
sounds so fucked up.
That's
just
why
it. It's like
I watch. This is one of the podcasts I watch specifically for that because I want to know what it's like to watch us.
Exactly.
As somebody,
bad.
as a part of someone who's running this, I have to know what our show is like
I apologize
as a fan.
to everybody.
What the
Nah,
fuck?
it's not-
No, do you
that's not the
understand?
point.
I was in the middle of the point. I'm not
not
saying
the
you're
point.
doing anything wrong or you're doing anything wrong. What I'm saying is that when we're done here and we go home and you stay here because this is your home and fucking I'm watching this. I watch this. And I enjoy this show. It's a good show. And I think that all the times that I get like irritated or something, I'm watching this, I laugh at myself because I'm fucking dumb and shit.
I do that
But the
too.
deal is I, as a fan, as somebody who watches this show, I enjoy this show and it's fucking cool. You know,
I love it.
Objectively taking myself away from me and pretending I'm somebody else who knows nobody here. This is a show that's like growing, and it's like this show that like it gets funny and then it gets serious,
It
and then
Yeah.
it like.
It's honest.
It just, it's no bullshit. And he's fucking hilarious.
It's honest.
And this is like being in the pit. And once we get out of the pit,
For real.
we can turn around and look at it and go, okay, what here, what can we do here?
And
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
and I love it because every one of us can relate to somebody differently. Someone will listen to Sanman and be like, Emily's being an asshole. Someone will listen to Emily and be like, Sanman's being an asshole. And vice versa for everyone. Somebody can relate. I feel like a lot of people can relate to everything we're saying, but we can all four of us can sit here and pick each other apart right now, and then close out and walk away and still be okay with it,
right?
With each
Not
other,
me.
respectfully. Well, then fuck you,
right? Because we're not doing it because we don't like each other.
Respectfully, like we don't all have the same things. You know, we all feel bad for the way we react to certain things. Like I was saying, I apologize to Maurice. I felt bad. You know, I got mad at your mom the other day, not at the situation, and she was talking to me at that exact time. You know, you feel bad for certain things that you do, and that's the empathetic place of us. Is that your mom's a fucking J. She's a thug. She's been through shit. Like, but we all have our issues at a certain time, and to be able to realize that, which I think we all are, and be able to accept that, makes us decent humans. Even if we are different, I can be like, oh shit, I yelled at this person, or I acted like this.
Even just
or
having
something
that
like
little bit of empathy makes
Exactly.
a huge
And, like,
difference.
huge.
To people.
Exactly. And I don't
because
think
everyone, as he says, is narcissistic. To
Absolutely.
be able to even show, because my thing is, everyone gets yelled at and does this, but to be able to
100%.
apologize for it is all.
Here's-
And
it'd be
especially in our
more-
industry, we all do this shit.
It matters more to get apologized for getting yelled at than as
course.
bad as
For
it
sure.
feels to get yelled at. If that
Absolutely.
makes sense.
Sure.
Absolutely.
It feels so
For
much
sure.
better.
And
it's weird to
98%
say that, but
I
it
feel
does.
so much
Here's
better.
to
And 90% of the time,
inclusiveness.
we're not yelling at that person in particular.
You're
We're
just
yelling
angry
at
at
the situation, and they're right
that's how you
there.
express it, and you're just
And-
trying to like
and
get it
we-
out and vent
But
it.
we realize, like, maybe I'm mad for a right reason, and maybe I'm mad and maybe I'm upset with the right person. But the way you portray that is not like I may be upset with you for something, but I won't be. But it doesn't mean that I came across the wrong way.
They told me
you're fucking amazing at this shit. By the way, this is speaking of everything. Like I was telling you about your singing and what you just said to make me feel better. Like I love working with you so much because you know I'm fucking like I can't stand stupid. Like
you don't have tolerance.
I'm not. My tolerance is
Emily.
is dumb.
I see myself becoming you because literally the other day it's like I don't have I just walked away from someone. I don't have time to like argue with you over some dumb shit. I'm not about to get mad. Bye. I'll be back whenever I want.
Whenever I want.
At like my reasons are well justified, and people want to be like fuck you and call me bitch. And as a woman, you take so much shit I'm sure men do, but as a woman in the bar. You are fucking. I love working with you because I don't know what it is about you. You have a sixth sense. You're like, hey, I'm gonna take the side. You know that I'm like.
I understand. I pick up on my vibrations.
I
really
love
well.
working with you because you have this uncanny ability to put up with shit that I don't have.
Can I take credit? I taught him.
No, you can't take credit for that because putting up with you was an uncanny ability in itself.
No, I
when you
taught him
sit at
a
the
lot
bar
of shit.
and ordered fucking free wings from people.
How do we feel about them demolishing that condo?
I really do. I really do enjoy work. I love working with you.
Love working with you. Not just because of that, but especially because of that. Because holy shit, like you're the only person I've ever worked with that is more than happy or willing to take like.
Dickheads.
I can handle shit. I can work all night long with anyone, and I can. I may bitch to you in the back, like Ronnie or whoever else I'm working with. I'm like, fuck this person, da da da, and I can go back. I can handle it. I'm not gonna go to the bar, but you're the only person I work with that actually. Just, I don't even have to say that to you. You just take it. You're like, all right, I got you. Go ahead, nothing, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Got you.
Thank you. And I'll come back around. I'm like, all right, it's cool.
Well, you backpack the team 90% of the time, so I do what I can to support.
But
you know what I mean?
Backpack my brain 90% of the time.
You draw so many fucking people. You draw. Your draw.
I love what I do.
You draw so many people. Like in the fucking like, there's days that you're there. There's the days that you're not there. The days that you're not there is like.
I was literally talking with the other
days that you're there is like.
We were like, Emily's a fucking drawer.
I love it.
I love it. Adam had a long
time. We love having you. Like, literally,
I like your spirit.
No,
I was afraid
I
of
was
you
talking
first.
about it the other day.
I like that you just don't give a fuck.
Did you hear me?
Like,
I love
kick
working
that
with
door in.
It's hard to be
that
emotionally
door
honest to
comes
any
flying
place you can
open,
work.
and I know it's a bad day.
And then you'll be singing. I'm like, all right, it's okay. I got this.
Oh my god, but fucking pans fall down and shit.
Oh my! I did that once. Sometimes I like I don't realize my own strength. Sometimes I'll like run to the back to get something. You know, I'm in the greatest mood ever. I'll like run through the galley door. I've done this so many times. Just like. Sometimes in the best mood ever.
In the kitchen.
It's so great. And the pan falls, and it's so much more dramatic than you ever intended it to be. And I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm really happy, guys, I promise.
You're right. It's like,
and then Adam's singing, T's cussing, servers are yelling. I'm like,
oh my god.
So I'm going okay, though.
I'm good.
So how do we feel about that condo getting demolished? They demolished that condo.
Well, I don't even know what happened.
You know the condo in Miami that fucking collapsed and like a whole bunch of people were trapped inside of it and fucking
that was like a
lot of
week
people
ago, right?
died.
No.
That was a couple weeks.
There was like 107 people missing.
And now they demolished.
Okay, they're all dead now.
They
demolished it?
They demolished the whole building.
What?
Wait, including like the rubble? Are they still searching the rubble?
They hadn't finished, but they said with the storm coming, they had to do it because
Rubble's everywhere.
Yeah, but the deal is they weren't finished. They didn't find 150 some odd people were missing. They didn't find everybody, and they said anybody who's trapped in there.
What
is
people are
dead.
those? Look at the type of people, and if there's a correlation on the type, and if they know each other, maybe it was an assassination. I mean, maybe they literally demolished the building. They demolished the whole section.
How they demolish a building? Like they
there's different ways you can do it. You can do
no, but how did they do it?
Oh, okay.
It was a controlled demolition.
I'm not saying. We don't even know. It just literally fell.
No,
this building just fell.
Yeah, but like yesterday.
That was all it was.
No,
what?
I mean yesterday they
demolished.
demolished.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the initial thing.
Oh,
the initial thing.
yeah,
There's an apartment in Miami.
Somebody dropped the ball. Somebody dropped the ball hard on zoning or whatever the fuck.
Was it that
or
like,
some shit? And like they inspected shit and they dropped the ball. As far as I'd like to believe, until I see any other proof. Like in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 a.m., people were sleeping in their beds, and an entire part, like a quarter of this condo, a corner of it, just falls, and a whole bunch of people die in their sleep.
28 people are dead, confirmed.
How many missing?
There's 117 people are still missing.
And
Okay,
then-
dead. They're dead by this point.
Well,
Like,
they're dead because
it's been a week.
not only that, but
They demolished.
they
it.
demolished the building.
They poured more rubble on
the
top
whole
of
thing
there.
is rubble now. So they didn't find
Somebody
everybody.
here. There's
It's
political reasons
possible.
behind this. I'm telling you.
It's
Like
possible.
I can
no, there's
guess.
100%.
Segue
That
into
this
something
is
that's
not something
reminding me of?
that is not something that just happens. They're not trying to cover it up for some reason for some bullshit tropical
buildings
storm.
can drop like that.
Because
Buildings-
this is a bull.
Wait,
I hate to
wait.
say it. It's a bullshit
but
tropical
buildings
Oh,
can be old as fuck and be totally missed, and not
Harpo.
taken care of, and fucking fall.
storm. Yes, I'm not
Like-
saying that's what happened, but the whole idea of they need to demolish it and get rid of the evidence as quickly as possible.
No, they said that the fucking structure of the building's not sound enough to withstand
That
the type of
sounds like
storm
a
that it's
CON
going to be.
conspiracy.
Dude, if there are people living that are even possibly still there, they're missing people in the rubble and they're demolishing because only part of the
Oh, they
apartment
got-
building
they got
collapsed.
everybody
They're
out of
gonna
the
demolish-
building?
Oh, the people who were in the other part that didn't collapse.
They
the
got
people who
they
are
took
still
everybody
trapped.
out.
Dude,
Well,
no,
then why
no,
there's
listen.
150 people missing?
No. Okay, so look, there's an apartment building. Let's just say it's L-shaped or some shit.
Okay.
A part of it collapsed.
Okay.
Bunch of people missing. That's rubble. That was the initial collapse. Now what you're saying is they demolished the rest of the building because it's not structurally sound. So yes, they evacuated the people who were in the other apartments, but
sounds
the people
like-
who are still missing in the
Right.
rubble are still missing in the fucking rubble.
And there's
from
a
the
chance
initial
that some of them
collapse.
could be
That
still
sounds-
alive.
Hey, I'm on your
And
side.
that's like you know what I'm saying. Do not trust the government under any circumstance. They will
don't.
always
Never.
try to kill you.
I don't.
This literal country was founded on not trusting the government. Literally,
I know.
fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
trying to send
I
me a
just
message?
Can I ask about
My birthday.
what do
I don't even know where that came from.
Someone's got a birthday.
I have
Oh,
a
there's
serious,
messages
not
on here.
funny topic I want to know more about because I know nothing
Yeah.
Okay.
of what I'm about to say.
Microphone.
Something about they found a bunch of buried children somewhere.
Oh yeah, that was in Canada, and it's very similar to like the Dozier School here in Florida.
I don't know about that either.
The Dozier School is a like what I should lead with really. In Florida, there was a school that was like a reform school for boys. So it was juvie basically, but they took it to this like reform school. So many kids got killed there and like murdered there. Like they went missing though. This is the thing is they always said like yo they got sick, they got in the infirmary, they died after a couple days. Sorry, they got the flu. Your kid's dead. You know. This is back in like anywhere from like it was probably built in the 30s or 40s. So from there all the way to like the 90s, this kind of shit was happening. Where it was like
Florida.
in Florida where kids were going missing, and then they did like these renovations on the grounds, and they found these like graves, like a whole cemetery of kids, and they figured out like basically people were abusing these kids for decades, and people knew about this in Florida that had been there and like escaped. Because I actually know someone that went to that fucking school. He's like, no, I know people that like fucking died.
No.
It was like that's what would happen is these kids would go like missing or they get hurt or
That'd be
injured, and that was it. They
a-
disappear. It's like that's how they got rid of them. They just get rid of them, and they've
That'd
been
be a
doing it
crazy
for
interview
decades.
to have here.
No, they
Wow.
in the
So what happened in
late
Canada?
80s.
Same thing, but it was native
But did it
kids.
not
It was
just-
like a native
was it-
reform school. You know how they had like reform
Were they
schools
all
for like
recent, or was it like over the course of like 20, 30, 40 years, or was this like something that happened like recently? I know they recently
no,
found
they
them.
uncovered it recently, but I think it happened probably
So
like
these-
this probably happened in like between the 40s and like 60s probably.
God, that's insane.
No, it was happening because we
Not Dozier, but like the
Oh,
like,
okay,
the
yeah.
Native American one of over or Native
because they
Canadian
got
one.
like a little rich white kid in Dozier back in the 80s, and it was a big thing.
That's my thing. It's like that. Yeah, they'll send some kid there, and then they'll get the wrong kid.
Yeah, and they
said
said it was a big investigation, but I don't know what happened.
and they don't
with it.
find them because.
Yeah.
Hey baby,
Hi.
you going to gas bars?
I'm not far behind you.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably gonna head out there soon. All right. Sounds
All right,
good.
She's so cute.
I thought there were two people.
You
But
what?
Anyway, so like with the Dozier School or whatever, that was, and I mean that's probably happening at reform schools all over the country, all over the world. Oh, hey Stevie. Here, I'll get Stevie. But yeah,
That shouldn't be like this. See, I apologize for being so insensitive right now.
it's not. It's, sorry, everyone. There's a
cat.
There's a
There
really
was a
cute-
wonderful cat.
Okay, so I didn't know. That's what I was asking because I saw like some Facebook is not my, form
Domain.
form of knowledge, but that's where I found it at.
Oh, that one slipped off my hand.
Stevie, she's very sharp claws.
Emily
thinking about
loves
getting
cats,
I'm
ladies
thinking
and
about getting a
gentlemen.
marmoset monkey by the. Oh, sorry, don't look, titty.
I want to get man, no. I want to get a damn what was it? Oh, what was the animal I wanted to get? Like a fucking
Sugar glider. Donkey.
one of those little tiny
Donkey.
little fucking things that crawls on your hand and like has.
I want
Sugar
sugar water
glider.
on me.
Sugar glider.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like a
Yeah,
little
I'll-
monkey
I'll
with
Google it right now.
wings.
Sugar glider.
Got like a
Yep,
wing.
sugar. I think. I'll show you right now. I should go to gas first.
Yeah.
I love.
We'll
This
wrap
is
it up when Landon
definitely a
comes
therapy
back.
session every week. Like
For sure.
I love doing this.
Yeah.
Glider. How do I spell it? Yes. Sugar glider.
Yes, I want one of those.
I think Aaron wants to get one too. I kind of do too. My cat will eat it. But I want a marmoset monkey. Oh, James has 2 of them.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Doesn't James have 2 sugar gliders? The barback? James?
I have never seen them, but he
He
might.
brought them in a pouch. No, he had a pouch on his neck the other night, and he had 2 animals in there. I was trying to I took a picture accidentally, and it flashed, and everyone got mad at me. And I didn't mean to have the flash on. And I think it was sugar gliders.
That's
And
cool.
but they were in this like literally a pouch around his neck, and you open up and you just see these little peep peeps out. It was so cute.
That was a little Stevie. Adorable.
He
She's like
ran off.
2. She's
I
not even a
want
kitten.
another animal for my animal.
Wait, hold on. You have a kitten.
I have a
But
cat.
you have a cat. You should have another cat.
It's like
Cats do very well in pairs. You have a
like,
female.
I know.
You
I
should get a
kind
male
of
cat.
want one. I kind of want to catch the other feral cat that looks like my cat at the house.
Dude,
but
catch a feral cat.
I love feral cat.
Not feral.
We have a
I
feral
love
cat.
feral cat.
There's
We have a
feral and
cat. Did you
stray.
see my mom's post?
There's feral and stray.
No.
Feral cats will hiss at you all the time and like aren't used to humans because they never dealt with humans. but-
Come back, Stevie.
Yeah.
come back. And
See,
it's
we
got
just,
a
like,
full
close this out, buddy.
coochie. What's that?
Close this out.
What is that?
Yeah.
want him?
We're doing everything else.
You can have
but-
him.
Has he been to the vet?
No. He lives
Was it
outside of
Hitler?
our trailer.
Oh, it's
my God,
Adolf.
I might-
Adolf is a cutie.
Yeah, he calls him Adolf. My mom calls him
Adolf
Tuxedo.
is a cat.
What about
Oh my
Blittler?
god, she's so
Blittler? Could be
Why
Blittler.
is this cat so
This is
cute?
what-
She
No
knows
idea.
She has attention on her. Look at her tail.
Come here, you little hoe bag.
All right, we should probably.
But
wrap
on the
this
note
up.
of the cute kitties, I think it's time to wrap up this week's episode
Lift
of the
her up,
YborKnuckleHeads Knuckleheads podcast. We'd like to thank our very special guest, Emilie Schiller, for joining us once again for another, what has basically become a therapy session at this point. Oh my God, the cat's about to knock over the fucking camera. Anyway, if you would like to donate to us for anything at all, you can send us money at YKH Podcast
on Venmo,
on Venmo, and you can
or just
find-
spot me at 20 next time you see me. You know.
Please
Me
like,
too, me too.
comment, subscribe. Buy San Gary any given Sunday.
Comment,
at the corner
even
of
if it's hate
7th and
mail.
18th on Ybor at Gaspar's Grotto.
Give me
Thank
my
you,
money.
ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.